So this is something new. This is going to be an interesting experiment for all of us. This is going to be fun. I can't wait. Let's see here. Da, 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 da. How do I do that one? Do, 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 do. Let's see here. Um, I'm still getting used to all the different settings that I've got access to over here. And I guess some of these I can't change after I've started the stream. So we're just going to have to deal with this. Just going to have to deal with this. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? Already got a couple of comments in here. This is going to be really interesting because I've never streamed vertically from a desktop before. So I have no idea if it's going to be. I have no idea if it's going to be in the same algorithm or anything else. But what's up, everybody? Hello from Miami Beach. Well, hi. Hi, everybody. Hi. Hello. Welcome to Miami Beach. Yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be so cool. Okay, so the great thing about doing it this way is that when I do want to go smoke, I think I should just be able to invite myself onto the stream via the phone and maybe be able to, I might be able to just bring the phone outside with me and take you guys out there when I go smoke. So that'll be cool. We'll see how that works. Who knows? It might not work at all. But hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. We've got a couple of different things I'm gonna go over today, and hopefully, once we get some people in here, we might go raid Desi and Kyle's stream. But you guys got to you got to like the stream, you got to share it, you got to get us out there. What's with the new display? I just got in. Yeah, I just started a new stream because we've not tried streaming on desktop vertically yet, but I want to see if it ends up in the same algorithm. I want to see if I'm able to get some of the same audience and everything. So we're going to test it out. And hopefully, here in a little bit, when I get up the desire to go smoke, we can just bring my phone with me and I can connect via my phone, I believe. I believe I should be able to. So that'll be really fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the fucking share button, get the stream out there. And remember, every single time you hit that like button is another chance to send the stream out to even more people, which increase the quality of your viewing touch by increasing the number of people who can engage in the chat. And I do see your chat. See? I see them. I wonder if I can change where these are displayed at. No? I guess not. I guess not, huh? Oh well. So we're gonna wait for some people to get in here. In the meantime, how's everybody doing? Like, how's everybody doing? Picture isn't as crisp, not complaining, just saying, yeah, my camera is not nearly as good. My webcam is not as good as my phone cam, so it is what it is. The picture is gonna have to kind of be sucky until I get a new camera. That is the way of the world. I get around, get around, get around. I get around, get around, get around, get around. What am I? I am a mystery to man and a nuisance to the gods. I am the wind blowing through the forest. I am the fucking Okay, I couldn't keep it up. I couldn't keep it up. Sup, dude? These fucking comments are crazy. Look at this. Look at this. I love it. I love to see it. Let's see here. Where are we going to go first? So I've got the Trump administration's continued defense of their war crimes up in the headlines, so we might as well find something about that real quick. Let's see. War crimes. That'll be pretty easy. That'll get us right there. Get us right where we need to be. You're whatever you want to be. I mean, so is everybody. Everyone is whatever they want to be. What else are you to be, if not what you want to be? Oh my God, look at this comment. Trump is our president of the United States and God is Lord. So I don't know if you're aware of this, right? But our is spelled O-U-R, and God is supposed to be capitalized if you're a Christian. So you might want to fucking retry that one. You might want to go back to the drawing board with that one and come back when you figured out how to spell, because right now it's a little bit embarrassing for the Christian position. You need a shave. I literally shaved earlier, so it sounds like you guys are just hating. Just hating, hating. Just hating, no hating. Hating, no, hating, no, hating, no. Good try, buddy. The message still comes across. What message, I wonder? What message? God is capitalized for everyone. If grammar semantics are all you have, then you failed. No, it's not all I have, but when someone doesn't provide me with much, I don't exactly feel the desire or the need to respond to them with much. After all, they haven't provided me with much in the way of game. Why should I provide them with the same? What's going on? Whatever you want to be going on. But we do have a couple of things we're going to be talking about today. So I'm going to put this over here on my big screen. And let's see here. Let's go to news and let's pull up. Uh, okay, here we go. Let's pull this up now. Present, share screen, share screen, share screen, share screen, screening, 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 screen my screen. Will it let me maximize it? That is a shame. It really will not let me just maximize that, huh? No way to get that any bigger? Really? Really? Okay, well, I guess I can't blame them too much. So I'm gonna have to just scroll into this and make it bigger. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that just beautiful? Okay, Trump's Venezuelan boat strikes fuel war crimes allegations. Are they legal? No. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys like a little spoiler warning. No. Killing shipwreck survivors is always illegal. So let's go through it. Let's see if they just get into it at all. Scrutiny over the Trump administration's strike on alleged drug smuggling boats has intensified following the revelation that the first U.S. attack on such a vessel involved more than one strike, including one that killed survivors of the initial attack. So we've got that, right? Just based on that alone. So let's just figure out something, right? So I'm going to go over right now and I'm going to search let's see. Uniform Code of Military Justice, shipwrecked survivors. Okay, so that should enable me to get a little readout from Gemini that will pretty much explain my position and give me the exact place in the UCMJ to look. Article 118 UCMJ. Okay, Article 118. Article 118 UCMJ. Alrighty. By the way, thank you guys for watching. If you don't mind, hit that like button if you've not done so already. It really does help. Every single time you hit that like button is a chance to send the stream out to even more people, which increase the quality of your viewing pleasure by increasing the number of people engaged in the chat. And I always do try to read the chat. Consider sending a super chat if you want to make sure your comment or questions get read or answered, because I do read every single one of those. Lord forgive this they them. It's she her actually. You hit the dislike button? Good. That's still engagement. That still counts. Okay, so let's see here. Ooh, okay, cool. Alrighty, let's see here. I don't want to pay your thing. Okay, so we have the actual text of Article 118 of the Uniform Military Code of Justice pulled up here. So I'm going to replace it real quick right over here. Let's see. So 10 U.S. Code 918, Article 118, murder. Any person subject to this chapter who, without justification or excuse, unlawfully kills a human being when such person has a. Okay, that's not the one I'm looking for. That's not the fucking one I'm looking for. There's got to be a different one. That's not the right one. Let me see here. Let me see here. Okay. We're going to find this out. We're going to get the actual text of it. We're going to get the actual fucking text of it. That's what I would like to get anyway, because I just want to bring that up for you guys so you guys can see it for yourselves. Hmm. Okay, so the under the Uniform Code of Military Justice, Article 118 defines murder as the unpremeditated or premeditated killing of a human being without justification. If the reported killing of shipwrecked survivors following a boat strike is confirmed, such an act would constitute murder under Article 118, as the individuals be considered all to combat, no longer able to participate in hostilities due to being in the water and clinging to wreckage. So, if we actually look at the text of the document that I had pulled up a second ago, we'll just pull that up one more time real quick. Do, 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 do. There we go. Pull that up real quick. Justification was there. What justification exactly are you talking about? Because shipwrecked survivor cannot attack you from that vessel. The vessel was 100% disabled. They were clinging to wreckage and waving their arms at their assailants. That is textbook shipwrecked survivor murder. But let's just go into it. Okay. So, yeah. So, I had this up a second ago. Let's see. Let's get back to it. No, not that one. There we go. Okay. So, we'll translate this into uh, plain English for you guys. So 10 U.S. Code 918, Article 118, murder. Any person subject to this chapter who, without justification or excuse, unlawfully kills a human being when such person has a premeditated design to kill, intends to kill or inflict great bodily harm, is engaged in an act which is inherently dangerous to another and evinces a wanton disregard of human life, or is engaged in the perpetration or attempted perpetration of burglary, rape of a child, sexual assault of a child, aggravated sexual contact, sexual abuse of a child, robbery or aggravated arson, is guilty of murder and shall suffer such punishment as a court martial may direct. So, without justification or excuse, um, a justification or excuse would be something like, oh, well, they were getting back into the vessel that still had functional guns on it. It still had functional weapons, and they were attempting to return to the vessel in order to launch more attacks. That's not what happened. According to the video, they were waving their arms, or at least according to what we've heard about the video, they were waving their arms, clearly indicating an unwillingness to resume the attack. So, so it's basically we're all just kind of looking at each other right now, realizing that someone at a high level of power within the Trump administration authorized the committing of war crimes by American soldiers. We're sitting around looking at each other, wondering if there's going to be a second Nuremberg in the wake of stuff like this, because there has to be some kind of justice that comes from things like this, right? This is unequivocal. I'm sorry, this is unequivocal. I don't know how you can look at it any other way. This is unequivocal. According to what we heard on a video? No, according to what we've heard about a video. According to what we've heard about a video. The war crimes narrative is a psyop. Cope, 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 cope harder, cope harder, cope harder, MAGA. No, I'm kidding. Maxima, you might not be coping. I don't think it's a cope. I'm sorry. I don't think it's a psyop at all. I think it's 100% true that the Trump administration is complicit in war crimes, Kegseth specifically. By the way, I love the different names for Hegseth, Keg's Breath, Legseth. Dude, there's all these funny there's all these funny nicknames for Hegseth now, and that's really cool. Only pedophiles think this is a war crime. You're just retarded if you think there is any association between childhood sexual abuse and uh, the ongoing war in the Pacific. That is perhaps the stupidest comment that I've read out today. That might genuinely take the cake. Like, genuinely and for real. Every administration is guilty of war crimes. I want to bring this up. You're not wrong, but they're usually not so brazen, okay? They're not usually so brazen. They're not usually so out there about it. It's not usually so obvious and clear that that's what's happened. This is one of those instances where we've got both war crimes and people admitting that they did war crimes. We've got people bragging about the fact that they did war crimes, pretty much. By the way, if you want to make sure your comment or question gets read or answered, consider sending a super chat. I do read every single one, as long as it doesn't violate TOS. So that's basically the war crime story. I mean, I think at this point it's pretty much unequivocal. That is what has happened. You can argue about it. You can say that, I mean, like, I just don't know what argument you would possibly make at this point. Like, do you just not trust anybody that's got the wrong narrative on this issue? Is that it? Like, if somebody's saying that if somebody's saying that this is a war crime, do you just automatically disbelieve them because they're saying the wrong thing? That might indicate some cognitive bias on your part. So, with all that being said, um, let's do something real quick. Yeah, let's go over here. Let's see. We're gonna see if Desi and Kyle are still live. We're going to see if my friends are still live. Come on, fucking thing. Come on, thingy. Ah, I have to sign in. Bullshit. There we go. Look at all my alts. Yes. Yes.
Whew, I wish there was a way to skip this and just go to the next one.
Turn it down a little bit. Turn it down a little bit.
Oh, I'm sure there is, but I'm not gonna do that. I want to see the shit talking.
Okay. I want you guys to go over here. Go over here. Tell them hi. Say hi. This is a good raid. This is a positivity raid. We're going to fill their stream with positive, happy comments.
This time.
I'm not seeing you guys yet. I need to see a few of you guys. We got Johnny over there, but we don't have many people.
Remember when we went through the settings and we changed it so it went to like certain ones?
Let's see. I know. I want to see you guys fucking over there. I want to see you guys over there. Come on, do it with me. Engage. Serious question for you, really. What do you think the people on that boat would do to you? Honest question. They were fishermen. What do you mean? What do you think the people on that boat would do to you? See, you fucking people are so fucking weird. Conservatives literally think that every single other person on the planet is transphobic. They don't understand that only 36% of Americans even approve of Donald Trump right now, and that's probably a 1-to-1 fucking comparison with the number of transphobes in America. Over 60% of American adults have supported trans people for a very fucking long time now, like 20 years almost. So, I don't know. Probably nothing, considering A, they were fishermen, and B, most people aren't violent transphobes like you think of yourself as.
Thank you. I know how video games work now.
This much shade from people with two faces.
Yeah.
I want to see you guys come over here. Come on now. I want to bring some love to my friends. I want to bring some love to my friends.
She scares me.
What? I didn't want that. Why would I want? No, why? Oh, whatever. It actually worked.
Meet the team of randos that will.
I hate meeting the team.
Yeah.
Now we gotta figure out who we don't like.
Go check out their channel real quick. I want to see it. Who fishes with kilos of narcotics? We haven't seen the kilos of narcotics. What evidence do you have that there were kilos of narcotics on those boats? Because there certainly haven't been any videos showing that. There certainly has not been any evidence delivered showing that. So, you care to provide me with a source?
I have to pay attention to who gets robbed first.
Doesn't work out.
A receptionist from Las Vegas, Nevada. Jojo, a high school student living in Denver, Colorado.
Hell yeah. We're a high school student from Denver, Colorado.
Dude, just type Phoebe Raid in the chat. I gotta know. I gotta know you guys are over there. Come on now. I gotta see you guys. I gotta know.
Also, that
I gotta know. I'm just gonna tell them. I'm gonna let them know. And then I'm gonna fucking make you guys go over there. I'm gonna bend your fingers and make you do it.
Maybe a little. They all look bad.
Let's go back to full screen. I don't want the chat once again. go.
There we go.
You know, this format actually works
It's like-
surprisingly well.
It's like the
I'm shocked at how well it
load of the screen,
works.
but like also like, oh no, is it
Where's
gonna
your
work?
source? There wasn't drugs?
Yeah, when
That's
you're
not
in
how
the
criminal
desert.
justice
Yeah.
works, friend.
Yeah.
That's not how criminal justice works. The way criminal justice is supposed to work is that you prove someone is guilty or you don't convict them. Innocent until proven guilty is the way it's supposed to work. People have a right to habeas corpus in this country. Those people were denied the right to habeas corpus. Number one, trafficking drugs is not a capital offense. Number two, they were never given a chance to present to have evidence presented against them or to present their case in front of a judge. And number three, like just planning on trafficking drugs is not that is not sufficient case to kill somebody on the basis of the danger that they might pose. Someone has to pose an immediate and dire threat to your life. Let's see. See if this link works, y'all. See if this link works. Because it should goddamn jolly well work. But if it's not, I'll fix it.
Directions before playing.
I feel I know what this
Hey,
is.
the
It's
wrong
not
button.
all. I'll figure it out. Let's see here.
Thanks.
Yeah, pass. Oh yeah.
Who said hey?
Leave those fishing submarines. They fish underwater because that's where all the fish are. When the fuck has a submarine been attacked? You care to provide the source on that?
Okay, yeah.
Like
bank
name
it,
of a
press pass,
publication,
press
head
square,
like
circle.
the wording of a headline, something like that.
Bank is
That's what the
square.
question is at.
Man, how many
40%. I wonder if that's even true
Bank it
anymore.
again, like they got almost everything
Fuck.
right.
Shit.
Never mind.
You sound stupid. It happens all the time in America from you idiots. Man, imagine calling me stupid, but you type out a fucking sentence looking like that. That incomprehensible. Happens all the time in America from you idiots. What? What are you even talking about?
According to the proverb, if you can't be good, be what?
Careful.
Careful?
Oh yes.
Do we have any activity over here?
Ah,
Have any of you guys showed up yet?
what do
Any of
they
you guys
use
showed up
souls
yet?
for? Save
You guys
our
need to
souls?
show up.
Really?
I want to see it. I want to see it happen.
History where the
I wanna see it happen.
Indians fought in the 15th or
If it
18th
doesn't happen, I'm
century.
probably going to give up in a minute, but I want to see it happen.
15.
50-50
Make it well.
I
Yeah,
want
you
to see it
got it.
happen.
Complete the title of the following 1989 film starring part in Steel Magnolias. All right. The Animal Kingdom font
Deer.
name given to what animal?
Deer.
Yeah,
The answer is deer.
How much would you pay for 28 oranges? Cost 28 cents.
I don't fucking know.
Not answering that.
We wouldn't
Not
have
very
had
good.
fucking
It got
time.
35 grand. It's like not
Why
even
didn't you
good.
care this much about drone strikes when Obama was president? Because I was 12.
Shit, bang. A lot better than last time.
I'm going to try and enter the link manually. Yeah, I don't know why it's not working. I don't know why it wouldn't be working.
Who's a couple shrimp short of a Barbie?
Who? Do you guys remember who didn't get a right answer?
Let me see here. I'm trying to figure out.
Shit, Phoebe just said Phoebe Raid.
What's up, Toll Venom?
Dun, dun.
Yeah, dude.
Phoebe here. What's up?
Hey. Okay.
We're voting. We're all voting. Let's see.
Well, I think Frank. I think he passed, or maybe not. I don't know. Shoot.
Who are the clowns on the screen? Don't be mean.
All right, who are we voting for?
Don't be a
I
dickhead.
don't even know.
Don't be a douchebag.
Steve? I'm gonna go Steve.
Vote for
Angela?
Steve. Yeah,
Angela.
Steve
Let's
sucks.
do that. Why not?
Vote for fucking Steve.
That's the first name I saw.
Not all trans people are politically morons. You haven't demonstrated what makes me a political moron, so
JoJo is the weakest link.
What?
No!
you
come
should run for
on.
president.
We answered one.
Not old enough.
The most money.
We answered one, right?
Who will collect the votes this
Leave
time?
us alone.
Great.
You should be the second openly
Oh my
gay
God,
president
we lose-
next to, besides Trump giving a blowy to Bill. I still cannot believe that shit happened. I still cannot believe that there is a news story actively going around the internet right now, and has been for a while, about Donald fucking Trump, very quite possibly, giving a blowjob to Slick Willie. That is fucking great. I love that. Bisexual Trump is my favorite era of Trump. Aw, man. At first I thought you said moms out here, and I was like, aw, that's actually kind of gender euphoria inducing, but then you said mans. Eh. You can only be so hopeful, I suppose. Man's out here giving the most confident and correct takes like she was on the boat personally counting the fish. You're giving the most confidently incorrect takes like you were personally on the boat counting out the drugs. This is literally what you're seeing right now, this here, what you're seeing here, this is a rejection. What you're seeing here is a rejection of the principles that this country was founded upon. Let's just go through some basic fucking legal principles since you guys don't seem to understand it. I'm going to keep linking their channel in a second, but you guys apparently need a fucking history lesson real quick. Habeas corpus. Okay. So let's just read the fucking Wikipedia article on habeas corpus real quick. So let's see here. Let's presenter invite. Stage. Oh fuck. I guess I'll just have to scoot it over here like this. Hey, nice, nice. Maximo showed up, dude. At least somebody showed up. At least somebody showed up. Let's see. Is there anybody else that I'm just not seeing because I'm on the wrong thing? I'm sorry. I'm reading. Real combos. I'm reading their chat real quick. Yeah. Anyway, we will get back to that in a second. Sorry, I'm so distracted. Okay, so let's go to news view. Yeah, let's go to here. Let's see here. So let's go through this whole fucking thing. Let's large, wide. Yeah, that doesn't make a fucking lick of difference, I guess. Oh, that is so much nicer. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so how do we do full screen here? How do I do full screen? Go full screen. Go full screen. Go full screen. Go full screen. I can't remember the fucking extension you're supposed to use or whatever. So let's just see here. So, no, get out of here, dude. Fuck, there's gotta be some way. What does that do? I don't know what that does. No, I don't want to do that. Oh wait. Aha! Haha! Yes. Haha! I did it. I did it. This will make things a little bit easier at the very least. Okay, so anyway, this take is just like so confidently incorrect. This man's out here giving the most incompetent, incorrect takes, like she was on the boat personally counting the fish. So, habeas corpus is a legal procedure invoking the jurisdiction of a court to review the unlawful detention or imprisonment of an individual and request the individual's custodian to bring the prisoner to court to determine whether their detention is lawful. So, let's just go through here. Let's see here. Here we go. Here's another good article for us to read since you guys apparently don't understand this very concept. So, due process. Due process of law is application by the state of all legal rules and principles pertaining to a case, so all legal rights that are owed to a person are respected. Due process balances the Due process balances the power of the law of the land and protects the individual person from it. When the government harms a person without following the exact course of the law, this constitutes a due process violation which offends the rule of law. So, do you want to explain to me how without any court case, without any kind of like literally without any court case, without any kind of presentation of evidence or anything, this is somehow justified, this is somehow lawful, even though there's been absolutely no due process given to these people? How the fuck do you know that they were trafficking drugs? Like, the military says that, but the military also said that Iran was planning on building nukes. The military also said that Iraq was just this side of having fucking weapons of mass destruction. So when do we trust them? Do we trust them when they want to send us into this war, but not the last one? Liberals and conservatives are always anti the last war and pro the one we're in right now. and the one we're about to be in. The political zombies that make up the typical two parties in this fucking system hate and loathe any kind of independent thought, especially when it comes to the matter of war making. By the way, consider sending a super chat if you want to support the channel, or if you want to make sure your comment or question gets read or answered. I do read every single one, as long as it doesn't violate TOS. So let's go. Let's see. Let's see what. Control escape. Yeah, that's weird. Fuck. No. What do I do? It's not letting me fucking. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so let's check back in on Desi, Kyle, and Crafty Andy, and let's see what they're up to. Let's see if they've got stuff going on still. Are they still live? Yes, they're still live. Yes.
What? Are you
Yes. Oh my god, yes. Okay. So I'm gonna.
Teenage Mutant Ninja what?
I'm gonna try and send you guys this
You fucking
again,
what?
but I don't know if it'll work.
Nursery Rhyme, Pussycat, where have you been? Who is the cat been to visit?
I don't know if it'll work, but we'll see.
I don't know. Which one?
Wait.
Yes.
Trump needs to make asylums great again. Unfortunately, the last Republican president you guys were in love with did away with asylums back in the 80s.
What is a piece of material knotted around the neck? Cravat?
Time's up. Not a very impressive total, team.
$1,500. $15,000. $15,000. We got money. We're good. We answered 2 right. Other people were passing above.
What happened?
Them.
Who is least likely?
I can't believe they passed on Ninja Turtle.
The fuck? Okay, hold on.
Turtles questions. When they
That was fucking weird.
Did they not answer
For some reason, my fucking headphones just went off
They
and
don't
turned
know
back on
what they
again.
are,
No,
though.
that might have been a different
Anyway.
person.
That was that first one got splintered, but then the next one they're like packed.
Let's see.
Oh,
We
fuck.
can think.
Who are
We
we
can
voting for now?
Nigel Farage should be president. I don't even remember who that is. Read my chat, please. If you want to make sure a question or comment gets read or answered, consider sending a super chat. I cannot read every single chat that goes on, but I do try my best.
What do you think?
Yeah, Angela.
Yeah, let's do
It
that.
doesn't hurt if we get it wrong anyway. So
Right.
Angela. Karen.
Fuck Angela in particular.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. God damn it, Angela.
We really can't get these folks any more than 5 viewers. You guys, are, like, you're really gonna let me down like
Oh,
that?
see, I knew it. We should have.
Y'all really gonna let me down like that?
Steve.
Whose game is over
Fucking
now?
Steve.
Whose game is over now?
You guys really gonna let me down like that? Come on now.
Yeah,
Don't let
I
me
think
down
we at
like
least
that.
made it to the next round. Hopefully.
Thank you for the super chat. Let me pause this real quick. Do you really believe Iran wasn't enriching uranium 60% plus? Well, let's look at the facts. Let's look into it. Let's do some Google foo right now. Okay. Let's just do some Google foo. Okay. Is there any compelling evidence that Iran was enriching uranium for military purposes? Let's just see. Let's just do some Google foo. So this is the readout we're getting from Gemini. Whether there is compelling evidence that Iran is enriching uranium for military purposes depends on the interpretation of available intelligence and reports from international bodies like the International Atomic Energy Agency. While Iran maintains its nuclear program is exclusively for peaceful civilian purposes, primarily energy production, several key findings raise international concern and are often cited as evidence of potential military intentions. So, high enrichment levels, I assume this is what you were talking about. Iran has amassed a significant stockpile of uranium enriched to 60% purity. This level has no practical civilian application, as nuclear power reactors typically use uranium enriched to less than 5%. Enriching to 60% completes over 90% of the work required to reach weapons grade levels, around 90%. So let's see here. Sufficient fissile material. The IAEA has reported that Iran possesses possesses enough 60% enriched uranium, if further enriched to 90%, to produce the fissile material for several nuclear weapons, estimated at 9 to 10 bombs, according to some metrics. The breakout time, the time needed to produce enough weapons-grade material, is estimated to only be a few weeks or days. So here's where I start to call bullshit. Let's just see. How long has Iran had 60 enriched uranium? God damn it. How many years has... Fuck, man. Has Iran had... Fuck, my fucking keys are so fucked up. 60... Where's the percent button? Which one is the percent button? Okay, 5. God damn it, I need a new keyboard. Anyway, yeah, 60% enriched uranium comes in. Let's see just how long these claims have been going around. Okay, so I want you guys to remember something real quick, right? A few seconds ago, we just looked at this, which said sufficient. So here, read this, okay? Read this and then read what I'm about to read you, okay? You paid $2, so let's go through here, okay? So right here we've got the IEA, or whatever, the fucking atomic agency, has reported that Iran possesses enough 60% enriched uranium, if further enriched to 90%, to produce the fissile material for several nuclear weapons. The breakout time, the time needed to produce enough weapons-grade material, is estimated to be only a few weeks or days. So, according to this, which I'm not 100% sure, I wish I could fucking... I wish it had a little link here telling me where it's getting that from. How long does it take to make weapons from 60% enriched uranium? So let's just fucking look it up. Let's just fucking get here. Let's find out. So let's see here. Okay, so this is the Center for Arms Control, all right? And now we're also going to look at, what was the other thing I looked up? Let's see here. Okay, so we've got this article right over here. Iran has been producing and stockpiling uranium enriched to 60% purity since April 2021. And here, right over here, we've got the... Let's see, can I switch over here what I'm doing? Remove, stop screen, share screen. There we go. So if you look at this, oh god damn it, I just ended up doing the same fucking thing anyway. Whatever. I wish it would let me do 2 different screen shares so I could switch between them easier. That would be nice. That would be nice. That would be really nice. But it won't let me do that for some reason. So we're just gonna have to pull this over here and replace the link, I guess. We just don't have much of another option. So, fact sheet: uranium enrichment for peace or for weapons? Centrifuge technology is at the heart of the enrichment process, and the line between its uses for civilian and military purposes is hard to distinguish. Once a country has mastered this technology, the centrifuges can be reconfigured into cascades to either produce fuel for an electricity-generating nuclear reactor or the 25 kilograms of weapon-grade uranium that is sufficient for a nuclear weapon. The process is fairly simple for both. The uranium found in nature contains only 0.7% of the chain-reacting isotope uranium-235, U-235, which is useful in weapons and for fueling civilian reactors, while 99.3% is uranium-238, which is not useful. Centrifuges spin at enormous speeds, and the heavier isotope U-238 moves to the outside and is then removed, leaving a higher concentration of U-235 behind, which can be further enriched. Most nuclear reactors that produce electricity only require fuel that is enriched to between 3 to 5% U-235. This fuel does not represent a proliferation threat, primarily because of the critical mass issue, the amount of material necessary to maintain a self-sustaining neutron chain reaction. If the level of enrichment is low, then it holds that the amount of material must go up in order for a chain reaction to be sustained. The size can quickly become impractical for weapons delivery, so low enriched uranium is not a threat. Highly enriched uranium is anything enriched above 20%, and weapon-grade uranium is commonly considered to have been enriched above 90% U-235. However, some research reactors use 90% enriched U-235 to produce medical isotopes, so there are civilian applications for this fuel too. That's something that's just been completely missing from this discourse throughout the entire chain of events like ever since this summer when those strikes happened. We've been arguing about this idea that there's just no way, there was no possible way they were using it for anything but military purposes. And look here, armscontrolcenter.org. Highly enriched uranium is anything enriched above 20%, and weapons grade uranium is commonly considered to have been enriched above 90% U-235. However, some research reactors use 90% enriched U-235 to produce medical isotopes, so there are civilian applications for this fuel too. I feel like at this point we've really addressed the super chat really fucking thoroughly, super thoroughly. But we can keep going on to it if you want. Like we can keep going down. So let's see here. When a researcher, let's see, okay, let's see, let me think here. Okay, I cannot find, literally, I cannot find like the text that it's using to reference. Like I can't find it. I can't figure out where the fuck Gemini is getting this idea that it would take only a few weeks or months to come up with that kind of fuel just because you have 60% enriched uranium. I can't find that. It seems to be something that everybody's agreeing with its verisimilitude on. But reading through that article, I didn't see shit about that. I didn't see anything that would indicate that to me. So I don't know, man. Seems to me like that was a pretty unwarranted strike. So yes, the answer to your super chat, which took me pretty long to get through, honestly, was, do you really believe Iran wasn't enriching uranium 60%? No, I think they probably were, but I think that there are a number of civilian uses for highly enriched fuel, like we were just reading. And I also don't believe the fucking reports that have been coming out of our government in regards to this, because they've been producing and stockpiling uranium enriched to 60% purity since April 2021. And according to what we were just reading, according to what Gemini says anyway, and according to a bunch of people on the internet, Iran is always just weeks or days away from having a nuclear bomb. You guys really haven't figured out the grift yet? We did it because Israel told us to. Now there's the real truth. 100%. We did it because Israel wanted to flex its muscles. We did it because Iran was maybe kind of saber rattling about maybe stepping in on the Gaza situation. And Israel just wanted America to remind Iran who runs the Middle East. That's all. That's all that was. I made a couple funny songs using Suno. Suno's pretty good. Suno's pretty useful. Gemini is useless. I don't agree. I think Gemini can be useful for some things, but not all the time. Thank you for educating us, Phoebe. Oh, you're welcome. I'm trying my best. Bet this dude thinks Epstein was right. About what? What a weird fucking question. What a weird thing. This Streamlabs is a different vibe. I totally agree. By the way, if you want to support the channel, consider sending a super chat. I do read every single one as long as it doesn't violate TOS. We are only up to a whopping $2 today. So you guys can help me out by super chatting. You can also support my Cash App, which is in my little thing up here, my little scrolly doodad. Gemini is garbage. I don't agree. I don't agree that Gemini is garbage. YouTube should come up with an option to close the chat in the next update. They do. There are plenty of options, yes. You can close the chat on your end. I could close the chat on my end, but I don't want to. Let's go back to, now that we've educated you guys on the reality that Iran was not going to bomb anybody anytime soon, Let's just check out these guys again. Let's see. Are they still live? Are they still live? Yes, they're still live. Okay.
Blink is
Oh
William.
yeah, we're the strongest this
Oh,
time.
shit.
See that?
Fucking
Yeah.
In that round,
this place
Rob
again.
banked the most money.
Oh.
You gotta type BB Raid in the chat when you get over there.
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Let me see here. Melody just asked, Phoebe, can you play us a song you made on Suno? I will try and see if I can get into my Suno account on desktop.
As follows.
You guys go check out this stream while I'm doing that.
Sarah.
Oh
Damn.
damn.
Hi, Sarah.
What's up, Jared Lanky?
Steve.
One voted. They all voted.
William.
Fuck
Oh,
you.
fuck you, Ravi.
Steve.
Steve. Yeah, we got 2 Steves
We
at least.
have a tie. When
Oh,
the
damn,
vote
there's
is
a
cast,
tie.
The strongest link has to cast the deciding vote. William,
That's us.
as the strongest link, you get to choose.
Do we get to get rid of
So,
Steve?
Yeah.
Choose Steve
Yeah,
anyways.
please.
Oh my god, get out of here,
Please,
Steve.
Yeah,
Steve.
disrupt the game.
Bye.
Why this person?
I'm used to making snap decisions. He seems unable to do anything fast.
Shit.
Sarah.
Damn, called out,
Any
bro.
excuses?
While
for
he's
that
talking
one?
so slow, too.
I'm afraid I
Wow.
disagree.
Oh my god. Sweet. Okay. Do you guys really want to hear some songs I've written in Suno?
But every answer he gives
We'll do it. We'll do it if you guys want to.
Damn.
Raid another stream, but I can't abandon my post. Yes, you can.
I don't know why they're doing this to me.
Search Real Combos.
Feel rather
He's gonna
ashamed.
Go
he's
over
gonna
there.
complain about
Hit
this
them
so
up.
much.
several occasions, I admit I was not completely sure of my facts.
With 2 votes,
Okay,
You
Jason.
fucking these days, Phoebe? No, I'm single right now.
Goodbye.
And not really looking either.
Winner of the game was not
I mean, I guess, like, I wouldn't turn it down, but I'm not.
People might
Dude, I have a kid now, and I've got this fucking YouTube shit that I'm trying to grow. I don't need to be whoring myself out no more.
Is this guy like just don't want
I don't need to be out there sucking every dick that there is, you know?
Perhaps they should all think about that.
Why rating? Because we love Desi and Kyle. And we want to get them more viewers and more mods and more fucking people watching their shit. So you gotta go over there and you gotta type BB Raid.
Another 10 seconds
Oh,
off the clock.
God.
You
Another
now
10
have
seconds
only
off the clock.
2 minutes. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. Let's play the weakest link.
After I see them reach 15 concurrent viewers, we'll watch
We
some.
have to
We'll do
do
some of my Suno songs. But you guys got to get us up. You guys got to get them up to fucking some more viewers. Look at this shit. Come on now.
Be rare.
William,
Yeah, at the
in
very
arc,
end.
select the right
What
answer.
T is given composition for 3 instrumentalists? A trio.
Trio.
Ravi, which one of these
Was puzzle
is right?
consisting of pictures.
This guy is annoying. Well, I'm not a guy, so that might be part of the explanation. What is the name of the channel? Real Combos. AHH Real Combos.
Yukon Gold is a member of what family of vegetables? It's a
I know this
potato.
one.
Yeah.
Correct. Alan, in
Anyway,
science,
science,
select
2 tropics
the
on
right
Earth are known as cancer and what? Capricorn.
How do you have a kid? Just because I'm trans doesn't mean my penis just disappeared.
Literature. What is the title? No, Crime and Punishment.
correct.
Yeah.
I wish it did.
In nature, which one of these
In the
is
animal
right?
kingdom, what is the name given to infant foxes?
Wrong.
Calves.
Sarah.
What?
What?
Calves.
These
What?
is
Wedding
right.
rings
the
traditionally
fuck?
worn on
Wedding
third
ring is
finger.
traditionally worn on
Right.
the third finger, and which hand, left or right?
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
How do you have a kid if you're in homosexual relationships?
In the what?
How do you know what kind of relationships I'm in based on the fact that I'm trans?
Wait,
Wrong.
straight.
William,
What?
in
How are we
history,
doing this evening?
Got it wrong.
We are doing great,
In the early 60s.
Merrick. We are doing awesome.
Kennedy.
correct.
We're doing awesome. Let's see how Real Combos is doing. Are they doing good? They got 6 viewers. You guys are getting close. I really do want to do some Suno songs with you guys, but you guys got to fucking show up for my friends over here.
What type of animal is a smelt?
Delusional idiot? Well, that's a mean thing to say, but welcome to chat.
I feel like
As a fish.
Remind me again how many countries Obama bombed? Countless.
What is a piece of music?
I'm not an Obama defender, though, so.
Free for morning. Lullaby.
Are we rating? We are. We are rating. We are rating.
1897 is known
You
as
must
Black
make your
Blood.
presence known on Real Combos.
Yeah.
In science, select
Science.
the correct
UO is the oxide of which metallic
So
element?
you're a trans lesbian? No, I'm a trans bisexual.
Which one of these
Biology.
is
What What is jarring injury to the brain which is caused by a blow to the head?
Concussion.
Concussion.
Concussion. That one was easy. See, show chat. Some of you guys better be in there. Ah,
Yeah, I think
fuck.
we're gonna be in the top.
You guys gotta
She's
fucking.
so mean.
You guys gotta show up, man. I won't have it. Come on, subscribe to their channel, send some messages, say Phoebe Raid, let me know you're here, god damn it.
Let me remind you, you cannot afford dead wood.
So much better without the live chat. Thank you, Phoebe. Well, the live chat's still there. It's just not being actively displayed for everybody, you know, all the time.
What does that mean?
Please me.
Real
I don't know.
convos,
That's a
not
good question.
combos. God damn, I'm fucking. I must not be able to speak very well.
Come on now.
Bang, bang, wow.
I don't know why.
Steve.
Steve's
I don't know
going
why.
already.
For some reason, it won't just let you guys click on a link that I
Someone
post
in the
in the
comments
fucking chat.
said
I don't know
the question
why.
for Black Monday said
Oh my
that
goodness.
in
Okay.
1897.
Well, you know,
Well, what the fuck?
let me see if I can just like. Here you go. Here you go. There you go. This should make it easier, right? There you go. Okay, we'll sit there for a second. We'll let that be the thing. Your mental get help. Wow, what a compelling argument you've made. You've really shattered my entire worldview. Is this a lefty that is claiming killing terrorists is a war crime? You haven't demonstrated that they are terrorists, neither has anyone in the Trump administration. You have yet to demonstrate that they were terrorists. These people were not given due process. Whether they were terrorists or not, we have a fucking standard in this country. We have a standard and we maintain the rule of law here. Your base doesn't know how to find a YouTube channel? Y'all are a very impressive group of people. Oh, well. I can't speak for all of them, just the ones with blue wrenches. Trump's gay too. Yeah, if the stories about Bill are to be believed, yeah. Let's see if they've gotten any more viewers since I started giving you guys the direct route to their channel. The direct route.
Okay.
Alan, not much of a contribution there, was there?
Just
Yes,
7.
I know I
Hey,
can
you guys
do
suck.
Why this person?
I'm not sure his sense of team spirit is really there.
I love gay Trump.
With us.
I do too, honestly. It is my favorite Trump arc by far. I mean, there have been so many of them, but this by far is my favorite.
I think I'd feel rather ashamed if I were you. My goodness, what?
Terrorists are not given any due process. That's why the magic word terrorist has been used by both the Republicans and Democrats. You don't see any problem with that, Rodzilla? You don't see any problem with that? Because I see a pretty fucking giant problem with that. Does anybody know what trans bisexual means? I'm genuinely curious. I don't know. You could. Here, tell you what. Let me Google that for you. Let me Google that. Why? LM. Let me just. Okay. Let me see here. Okay. Is a trans bisexual. Okay. Get link. Okay. All right. So, what is a trans bisexual? Let me Google that for you. Really? Is it just not going to do anything? Okay, well, let me Google that for you. It used to be really funny and cool and shit, but it's not funny and cool anymore, so. Oh well. Oh well.
Responsible for coordination. Okay, Sarah Bell.
By the way, if you want to support the channel, consider sending a super chat. I do
Hey,
read every single
Riley.
one as long as it doesn't violate TOS.
Shout
I
out.
really do appreciate them. You can
Thanks for
also donate to my
stopping
Cash
by.
App, which is running
Animal
across the
King,
top of the
and
screen every so
Keen
often.
Pilchard is commonly known
Oh,
as
look at
what?
that. Harper's over
Zoom.
there.
Shrimp. What?
Okay, I can't
Why
fucking...
not?
What the hell?
Yay.
Okay.
Geography, which is the country snowy mountain situated?
This stuff does not... This thing does not work as well as I wish it did. This thing does not work well. Okay, let's see here. Hey, look at that. We've got a few fucking people, dude. We've got a few different people watching. Okay,
The
awesome.
human body, which fluid is produced in the liver and stored in the gallbladder?
Wrong.
Oh, biology. What is the joint of the human leg connecting the tibia to fibula with the femur? Hey. Oh, what's the other option? Kink?
Kink.
Like what?
Yeah, kink.
The kink.
Oh yes.
I've got a kink in my knee.
Like, my kink bone is really hurting.
Do you realize that the professionally recommended treatment for gender dysphoria literally is gender transition? This will be a great time to teach you guys some shit, but I'm going to give a few more minutes on this raid before we move on to the next thing.
I wonder where the kink bone is located.
The human body, what is the main part of
Let's
the large
see here.
intestine that removes?
No, I do not have a problem with that because one, they are not American citizens. The Constitution does not apply. That's bullshit. Two, to give them due process, it may be more of a risk to American lives than it is. Okay, so you see what the problem is with that mindset, though, if that's applied, if any other country applies that to us. So let's just read this, but it's a Chinese person, okay? No, I do not have a problem with that because, one, they're not Chinese citizens, so our Constitution doesn't apply. And to give them due process, it may be more of a risk to Chinese lives than it would be to just kill them. American terrorists deserve to die. Like, do you realize how that sounds? Do you realize how your logic can just be turned right back around on you? Like, do you not see that? Do you not care? Do you not care? Like, you realize that there is a reputation-based reason why countries are incentivized to work within the color of law, right?
Removes water and salt.
The players voted.
And also, once again, you don't know that they were terrorists unless you do due process. So this is literally, you said, you seem to recognize earlier that it was a magic word that doesn't actually, it's a legal fiction. Do you know what a legal fiction is? What is a legal fiction? We'll just have fucking Gemini explain this one to you too. So a legal fiction is a construct used in the law where a thing is taken to be true, which is not in fact true, in order to achieve an outcome. Legal fictions can be employed by courts or found in legislation. Legal fictions are different from legal presumptions, which assume a certain state of facts until the opposite is proved, such as the presumption of legitimacy. So I consider the idea that that there is some extrajudicial designation called terrorist that you can assign to anyone you want, and that makes them exempt from the Constitution and everything else. I reject that entirely, and you should too, unless you just flat out don't care. The Constitution applies to all people? Yes, it 100% does. Let's look that up. Does the U.S. Constitution apply to anyone the U.S. interacts with? Let's say. I just said Constitution. Ha! The Constitution, bro. So let's go on Quora. So does the U.S. Constitution specify to whom it applies? For example, it might be U.S. citizens only or anyone in the U.S. It specifies quite clearly when it says people, that is, all people. There are some inconsistencies in how that is handled, particularly with the Second Amendment, but generally people is taken to mean any human being within the territory controlled by the U.S. I would say that a battlefield being currently watched over, led, and orchestrated by America is a pretty good argument for territory over which we have control. So yes, the U.S. Constitution does, in fact, apply to people that we would seek wartime kind of action against. and it is in fact a war crime to assault these people.
I can tell right away. That just sounds like Ellen DeGeneres or some
Yeah.
shit. Like that
Yeah, it
sounds,
just sounds too
weak
nice.
sauce.
Not
Name of
playing a
what
character.
holiday plant?
But
Rocket.
she seems
nail.
a lot nicer. Oh, maybe not.
Mistletoe.
Wait,
So we're gonna say goodbye to Desi and Kyle here in a minute. We're gonna say goodbye to Desi and Kyle. By the way, consider sending a super chat if you want to make
Oh,
sure
I
your comment or
actually like
question
her.
gets read or answered. I do read every single one as long as it doesn't violate TOS.
Listen up, dorks. I'll ask you
Listen up,
questions one at a
dorks.
time.
Oh, she
A
said
chain of
dorks?
8 correct
Whoa,
answers.
whoa, bro.
$1,000 in your bank.
Easy with the language.
I know there's something mean coming.
The Constitution applies to everyone except we can't give them free speech. Fuck the Second Amendment. Man, you're just I'm sorry. You're just coming off as a troll. Like, do you have an argument? Seriously. Is your argument just like the U.S. government can do whatever the U.S. government wants to do and it's all righteous because it's the U.S. and anything we do is righteous by virtue of our having touched it? Because if that's your argument, then I'm no longer interested. That is such bullshit. If our founding fathers heard that interpretation, they would shit themselves. Well, maybe they should have written the fucking Constitution more clearly then. Because, like, a reading of the Constitution reveals that it's not so cut and dry. Without due process, you have no proof of being a U.S. citizen? Exactly. The founding fathers wrote the word people and not citizens. Yeah, if they meant specifically citizens, they should have said that. Yes, my argument is that you can't apply the Constitution in one way, but not in all ways. Why can't we apply it in all ways? I'm sorry, I'm just not getting your argument. Let's see here. Let's see here.
One answer wrong, you'll
This
break
is a
that.
So again,
word. So we might need to get something designed and printed by you for
Yeah.
us to sell
Yeah.
to these wonderful people out there.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah, thank you for coming,
That's a
and
show,
thank
everybody.
you everybody in the comments for coming and hanging out. We appreciate
hell
you.
yeah. Sorry we couldn't go longer, but we've been on here for a while, so
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, they're done anyway, so we're going to go over to our Suno songs. We're going to do that now. So you guys asked to hear some songs that I wrote on Suno, and I'm now going to show you guys some of my AI music. So the one I'm going to show you guys first is a song that I wrote the words to, but I had Suno write the melody for. So let's just see. We'll have to try a couple of different ones before I remember which one was the one I really liked. We'll have to figure that out. Nope, that wasn't it. Wasn't that one. I had to try a couple of different versions of this one to make it work.
Well, Jesse Wells.
Okay, yeah. Alrighty, so this is a song I wrote in response to Jesse Wells' song Weed, okay? This is a song I wrote in response to that. So yeah, I'm just gonna let you guys listen to it. And I'll scroll down with the lyrics as they go.
Well, Jesse Wells had some things to say about a thing I like to do about every day. It's a thing called pot, and it's enjoyed a lot by lots of folks in the USA. He talked about how it makes you forget, acts like it makes you retarded. Well, that's not what a college called Harvard says, but maybe nobody told him yet. No, weed won't make you a dumbass. That's your own indecision and will, or lack thereof, but don't think you're above a little smoke when there's time to kill. Some folks smoke for medical reasons, and even if you don't, you might be thinking that if the world is in flames and everyone's insane, you might as well have pot to believe in. No, you don't have to be dying of cancer.
You guys like it?
Or have an
Y'all liking
appointment
it?
with a necromancer to see just why you might want to get high. so you can cope with this human disaster. Besides, weed won't make you a dumbass. That's a fire only you can douse. 'Cause Obama smoked and he managed to float all the way to the old White House.
This is great. Thanks, guys. I love you guys.
Listen, I ain't saying the whole song is wrong, or that there's nothing there worth pursuing. There's plenty of potheads with nothing to do, and money that they're constantly losing. But there's also folks like me and Barack who do our best to get our shit done. So when we hang our hat, we can sit right back. There's never been anything wrong about that. Yeah, we can hang our hat and sit out back, light a fat blunt and have some fun.
Alrighty. What did you guys make of that one? Alright, that was the first one. What do you guys make of that one? Alright, that was the first one. What do we make of that one? That one's one of my favorites, personally. That one's one of my favorites. Let's see here. Okay. Alrighty. So this is a song that this is a song I've played little bits of for you guys before. Let's see here. Let's see if this is the right version. Oh, yes, it is. Yes. Okay. Add to stage. Okay, cool. Let's see here. All right. So this song is called New Israel. For not liking country as a genre, the overall writing was great for me. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm a pretty skilled songwriter, even if I don't apply the talent very much. Also love the stream setup. Looks freaking awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm just using StreamYard, so it's very, very basic. I mean, you can see how many fucking advertisements they put on it, but whatever, it works. It's functional. And it gets me on the fucking it gets me on the shorts algorithm, which is really nice. Phoebe, you're a great lyricist. Aw, thank you. If you guys enjoyed that song, if you're enjoying the stream, consider sending a super chat or a Cash App donation. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and I'll introduce you guys to this song, which is called New Israel, and I've played you guys a bit of this one on my guitar before.
There's a war on in the Middle East. Millions of people down on their knees, 'cause they're begging and pleading for mercy. Seems like Israel just can't seem to make peace. So we tore down the scratch Cheyenne, built a town called New Jerusalem. And they don't need no Iron Dome, 'cause they're safe in their brand new American home. There's no Hamas, no homemade bombs, just the smell of pie and soccer moms. You can say it was wrong, but we stay knowing that all the Jews are happy roaming through the hills of old Wyoming homes. When you take a trip through the dusty streets of this western take on Israel's old beat, and you smell the hyacinth and olive trees, you'll thank God we made them all beat the heat. Oh, you'll know the falafel tastes so sweet, 'cause it's homemade in Israeli Wyoming. Yeah, we tore down scrap Cheyenne, built a town called New Jerusalem. And they don't need no M1 tanks, 'cause the U.S. military's got it safe. There's no more strife from that there war, no more Israeli state to keep those people poor. You can't say it was wrong, but we stay knowing that all the Jews are happy roaming through what used to be Wyoming.
Okay, so that's New Israel. That's probably like my favorite song that I've made with Suno. Okay, so I did a bunch of stupid songs, but one project I did was seeing if I could get Suno to write an Ed Sheeran song. So I did. Melody, thank you so much for the super chat. That was really kind of you. Thank you for sharing your songs. You are so welcome. Thank you for sitting around and listening to them. I wonder if our vertical sign-up stream worked or not. Never tried it before tonight. I wish I would have known that. I wish I would have seen that because I would have probably looked at the short speed stream instead. Hopefully it worked though. I hope so. Is this a DFF reference? I swear I remember that. Yes, it is. Yes. TJ, a couple years back, was joking about how we just need to move the entire state of Israel to Wyoming. And I was so entertained by the notion that I wrote a whole song about it. My lawmakers wish so bad that our government was just like Mississippi. Don't ever let them do it. Don't ever let them do it. If I publish a song, will you play it on here? It's super funny. I wrote the lyrics. Sure, why not? But yeah, let's see. I wrote, like I said, a couple of Ed Sheeran songs. I wanted to see if I could trick Suno into doing it. In the heart. Nope, that's not the one that I thought really fucking. So there's two of them that I made, and one of them I felt got right into it, got really close. So yeah, so I told Suno to basically write an Ed Sheeran song without saying that, obviously. I had to figure out a way to do that. No, that's not the one. There we go. Listen to this shit and tell me Ed Sheeran didn't write this, okay? In the heart of St. Louis, where the archway meets the sky, there's a girl who's soft and golden, catching every stranger's eye. With her hair like autumn breezes, in the park where shadows play, she dances through the sunset, dreaming of a brighter day. Oh, the girl from St. Louis, with a smile so bright and free, she sings a song of sorrow, but her heart's a symphony. By the river where the boats glide, she hums a tune so sweet. Her voice like flowing water makes the city's pulse beat. In the night the city whispers ancient secrets pure and deep. She's the maiden of St. Louis. Oh, I sing the dreams we keep. Oh, the girl from St. Louis, with a smile so bright and free, she sings a song of sorrow, but her heart's a symphony. Okay, so I do want to say, I swear to God, when I first put that together, it sounded way more Ed Sheeran-y. I think that they've adjusted their voices or something like that ever since, because I swear to God, it sounds a little different now. But oh man. Oh. Let's see if we can get let's see if we can get something going on. let's see if we can what I'm going to try and do is invite myself onto the stream using my phone so that I can take this outside. We'll just have to see how this works. I don't know if it's going to work at all. It might not. Okay. So, because I need to smoke. I need to smoke. Okay, so present or invite. I guess this should just copy the link. Let's see here. Oh my god, if this works, it's gonna be so funny. Testing, okay. Okay, let's see here. Okay. All right. Well, now there's going to be two of me. Let's see here. Oh, this is going to be so fun. Okay. Haha. Yeah, look at that. Okay. So, okay. This is going to be so fucking crazy to manage. This is going to be so insane. This is about to be so wild. Mute that so I don't get my own shit. I don't think I need that either. I don't think I need any of this. But, okay. So I'm just going to test something real quick. Testing. Okay, so that works. So yeah, I guess we're good to do this. Okay. Multi-Phoebe cam. Yeah. Yeah. Multiple Phoebes. Okay. You saw me at church? You definitely did not, because I don't go to church. But yeah, let's take this outside, y'all. Let's take this outside. Oh my god. Ow. Ah. Cringe. Pain. Owie. Okay. So let's see. Testing. Okay, cool. Well, that's fine. Excuse me. Well, I think that means I can basically just... Alrighty. So now I can leave my little earbud. Leave my earbud in here. And I suppose I can also leave my lapel mic in here since it's muted anyway. And we can go outside. Oh, shit. All right, give me 1 second, y'all. Alrighty, we have arrived outside. Phoebes, are you concerned about your child in U.S. school? I have friends who are high school teachers. They tell me a third of the kids read at kindergarten level, and they don't understand their own note-taking. Oh my god. I mean, honestly, no. I'm not really worried about my kid in public school because I am of the opinion that a lot of those deficits are ones you might term artificial, you know? Hold on for 1 second while I get my blanket on and everything. Yeah, come on. Okay. Let's get these fucking things switched over. And there we go. There we go. No child left behind equals everyone passes. I don't disagree. Anyway, so the reason I'm not super worried about my kid in public school is because I feel like a lot of the people who have kids that aren't doing that well in school have themselves to blame too. And I fully intend on reading to my son as he gets older and older. I mean, I already read to him, you know, but as he continues to age, I plan on increasing the complexity of the books and everything. And I really feel like there is a lot to be said for a parent's ability to influence how their child is raised. You need mental health help and you don't need to be anywhere near children. Man, yet another fucking person who just listens to the demagogues that they look up to and listens to Fox News and Tucker Carlson and everybody but the experts when it comes to the nature of trans people. The fact of it is, your kids are way more safe around a trans person than they are around a Christian pastor. Your kids are way safer around a trans person or a drag queen than they are around your weird uncle. You know what? I'm gonna top this bowl with Keef. We're gonna do a Keef topping. Oh, look at that. Man, it's beautiful. Alrighty. I guess I will the phone into okay, that's weird. Okay. There we go. Fuck me. Oh, you've heard about the Netflix HBO WB merger? Yay, monopolies. Can't wait to pay $150 a month on TV, and I knew this shit would just turn into cable anyway like 10 years ago. Y'all laughed at me. Yeah, yeah. People were saying it a while ago. People were saying it as recently as like you said, 10 years ago. Fucking it's absurd, but people don't listen. People don't listen, and I don't think a lot of people predicted just how ubiquitous, I guess you could say. Man, my dinner is not agreeing with me. I hate that. Anyway, being a pirate never sounded more fun. Arr. For sure, for sure, for sure. I need some weed. If purchasing isn't owning, then stealing isn't theft. I mean, that's a pretty good argument. It's a pretty good argument. And, what I would suggest to the industries that it affects is like, if you don't like it, start offering physical copies again. Start offering physical media. Start engaging in business practices that make sense and are pro-consumer. Because I guarantee you, if they did that, they would have no fucking problem continuing to grow and everything. They would have no problem fighting piracy if they would just stop being so anti-consumer. By the way, those of you who are fans of Brett Keane content, I'm thinking I might take a look at some Brett Keane stuff when we get back in. So just keep an eye out for that. Hello, ma'am. Hello, hello. I will say, this was a real fucking success in terms of like figuring out a second format. This was a real success. Yeah, I've got real bad postnasal drip for some fucking reason. I was never a cokehead or anything, so it's not like I've got like material missing. It's just how it's been. And ever since I realized what it is, I cannot fucking stop trying to get rid of it because it's just so uncomfortable feeling. Lovely to hear you spit again. Well, you must not mind it that bad because you're still here. Go to an ENT doctor? Okay. So this is chat tonight, huh? This is how it's gonna be? This is what it's gonna be? That's funny, Midnight, because I was just sitting here thinking that you look like the pussy bitch-ass MAGA that whined and coped in a trans girl's chat. I used to be a Ron Paul librarian. He almost managed to convince me into considering flat earth theories, but I pulled my head out of sand and started dreaming pretty big. Well, that's good, Gregory, right? Because going down that path is a path to which I don't think anyone can follow you down and rescue you from. Honestly, there's a fucking certain point at which you get into the like conspiracy and anti-intellectualism, and once you get too deep into that, I don't know that there is any recovering somebody from that, short of some major intervention in their life that just completely changes the nature of it. So it's good that you saved yourself before getting in that deep. For sure, for sure. Man, there's a little bit of a delay between StreamYard, where I'm in on my phone to record at, and the actual stream itself, which I've got on the bottom to look at the chat. And I'm realizing I shake my head a whole lot during performance. Like when I'm sitting on here talking, I'm a real head shaking bitch. A very, very important question. French fries, waffle fries, curly fries, or tater tots? Waffle fries if they're perfect. French fries for a good overall generalist, 100%. But if you've got really good waffle fries are going to be superior. Because waffle fries are just so much potato, so much surface area for whatever sauce you're dipping them in. They're delicious and they're wonderful, but they're also easy to fuck up. So I guess it depends on the kind that you've got to serve, you know? I agree with curly fries. I like curly fries, but honestly, they're probably my least favorite type of fry. I'm not going to complain if that's all you got, but honestly, if I never ate another curly fry another day I lived, I would be more than okay with that. I do not get what the hype is with curly fries. They're almost always substandard. They're almost always soggy and not crisp and bad. Or they're too crisp and they're fucking just ugh. It's funny how misspelling libertarian on accident to librarian actually made sense. That is really funny. That is great. I'm with Riley on that one. Let me see here. I like them in all shapes and sizes, BB. I honestly do too. But I do have a ranking in my heart. I for sure have a ranking. Email me if you want a pizza roll. Are you just telling me to email you, Riley? Is this just you trying to subliminally message me into emailing you? You're out of here? Well, have a good night, Ross. Leave a comment on my web zone. What about those Arlie curly fries? Those Arby's curly fries. If they're fresh, they're the best kind of curly fry. I'll give you that much. Yeah, Arby's is an exception. You know what? Arby's, if it's fresh, it's good, just like any other kind of fry. And so I will say Arby's fucking curly fries, they got something going on there. But Arby's has got something going on with their whole fucking business model, dude. That cheap-ass roast beef that they sell is some of the most delicious shit ever. When it comes to fast food shit. Not literally ever. But when it comes to fast food stuff, oh. And let me know if you want a pizza roll. Okay, cool. Right on. No Plinkett fans here, I take it? No, I have no idea what you're talking about. Just being honest. Arby's has those buffalo sliders? Dude, I have not had those yet, but I need to go to Arby's again. I haven't been to Arby's in like 4 months. I like Arby's. I genuinely do. It's a demon? Bro, your name is Trevor Phillips. I don't know if you know this, but the character you named yourself after is the most reprehensible game, like literally the most reprehensible character to ever be committed to a video game. So don't come in here with judgment for me and condemnation for me and dehumanizing words for me when you literally named yourself after the biggest scumfuck in GTA history. A game full of scumfucks. A game series literally full of nothing but scumfucks. You named yourself after the worst scumfuck amongst them. You named yourself after the scumfuck amongst scumfucks. How do you feel? Every Trevor I've ever met was a closeted fag. I didn't want to go that far, but I mean, the funny thing is, the Trevor in GTA 5 isn't. He's openly bisexual. Honestly, I like Trevor Phillips too, but I don't fucking, I'm not judgmental of people though. So that's the thing I don't get, you know? It's like, whatever, I don't really care if you like reprehensible scumfuck. I like quite a few of them myself. I like myself a reprehensible scumfuck. You know? But I'm also not out there calling mundane-ass trans people horrible names and calling people that live lifestyles I don't agree with horrible names merely because they happen to exist on a live stream. So it's just strange to me to idolize that character and be a person that goes through life hating other people. I know one Trevor, and he's a snobby lax player that goes to Harvard. That is fucking wild. I've never met a single person that is a Harvard alumni or potential student or anything. As far as I know, I probably met a couple of people that are adjacent to Harvard in some way and just didn't know it, but I can already tell today is going to be a pretty low dono day, but that is how it goes sometimes. I get the feeling a lot of December is going to be like that because people are rightfully more concerned with buying their families and friends gifts and making sure their holidays are nice. And that's a nice thought. I like that. What state are you from? Mississippi. Went to private school, plenty of jerks. Oh, okay, that would explain it. Yeah. I grew up in Mississippi, and I still live in Mississippi. I mean, I spent quite a bit of my life away from Mississippi between the age of 14 and 25, but I actually lived in the Northeast briefly for like 6 months during 2023. I lived in North Adams, Massachusetts. The worst roads in the entire nation? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. 100%. You must be from Mississippi. Because, yeah, literally, it's like a third world country down here, y'all. I'm not even trying to hate. I'm not even trying to hate, dude, but it really is. There are literally, to this day, roads that people live on, not driveways, roads that people live on that are just 100% gravel. And many of them are like washed out in spots, and most of them have no plans for future paving. Now, granted, it's probably like there's probably some reasoning behind it. I get that, but still, that rate of development is pretty much not accepted anywhere outside of the most rural of areas. I feel like. Outside of the most rural of areas in the rest of America, that kind of thing would not be accepted. But around here, dude, around in Mississippi, you could be going down a badly paved road 1 second, and then the next be on functionally a gravel road. Gravel is expensive to regularly replace. That's the thing I don't get, dude. You're 100% right. I have to imagine that it is way more expensive to maintain a gravel road over 100 years than it would be to build and maintain a paved road on top of the existing fucking gravel bed. Like, would that not future-proof it immensely? Like, even if it was just a chip and seal road? Is there something I'm not seeing? I'm not a road builder. I'm not a pontiff, okay? Mississippi, are you joking? Oh, I forgot about Tennessee again here in Kentucky. Do what now? Are you trans? If that's really cool. Yeah, I'm trans, yes. Yeah, I think you're right about that. Yeah. Literally, I don't get why they don't do it. I feel like it's just fucking cheapness. They don't want to expend the added expense in a given fiscal year. They don't want to earmark that for paving these roads, even though it would save them money in the long run, because every fucking politician in the South is more concerned with their fucking personal gain and benefit from their office and that of their families than they are they're more concerned with that than they are the fate of their state, the fate of its laws or legislature. They don't give a fuck. Maybe not every single Mississippi politician, but corruption in the state runs deep, you guys. So fucking deep. Deeper than I've ever seen anywhere else. Maybe Louisiana's got it worse from what I hear. Seems like Louisiana might have some problems with that, honestly. But you know, it really does feel to me like Mississippi kind of has the market cornered on that kind of outright and widespread corruption. Your taxes should go to that for the roads. They should. It's not like we don't pay road tax. It's not like we don't pay gas tax, which is road tax. It's not like that's not an aspect of our lives down here. It certainly is. So where's all the road tax going? Well, I can tell you where it's going. Pork pies and bags of trout. Pork barrel spending. There is fucking pork in every budget passed by a Southern council or a Southern fucking county supervisory board or whatever. There is fucking pork and bloat in every motherfucking one of them. They are meant, as near as I can tell, to enrich the people who sit on the fucking city councils and to enrich the people who sit on the supervisory boards. The coolest guy I ever saw from Mississippi was a fictional character in a movie with a big black hat telling a novelist, "You stole my story." It was some Johnny Depp movie. I have no idea what that would have been. We need to stop employing private companies to do a shitty job building the road so they can refix it over and over and over again at the taxpayer's expense. I mean, the problem is, what would you... No, I guess actually this wouldn't be a problem. Yeah, you know what? You might be right, Riley. Maybe it is time for the Civilian Conservation Corps to come back. Why don't we, dude? We're constantly talking about a Green New Deal. Why don't we nationalize road building, nationalize infrastructure building? Because we could have it to where whenever there's big needs for big updates, whenever there's a bunch of structures that are about to be reaching the end of their lifespans or whatever, the end of their safe lifespan or whatever the case may be, you get a cadre of these people together, and otherwise you just have them on smaller teams, right? Like, I feel like you could recruit a giant base of laborers and supervisors from the existing construction industry, and if they were simply under the jurisdiction of an organization which paid them competitive wages and everything, obviously, and gave them adequate lodging and everything when they were being sent around the country for these different jobs, just like a construction company would, but is publicly accountable. An organization that literally, like the National Transportation Safety Board or something, gets a new little mini bureaucracy in it or something. We create some kind of fucking like, maybe it should be the Department of Transportation's responsibility. I don't know, but we create some kind of little sub-bureaucracy that handles the actual, like, administrative back end of doing that, and we make sure that those, like, the people who hire the people involved in the upper tiers of that process, the people who oversee that process, are elected officials. And we make sure that we hold them accountable when the organization fucks up. That is the thing that distinguishes, that is the thing that makes nationalization favorable to market control when it comes to human needs. Do you play any video games? If so, what? I do play some video games, mainly War Thunder, but I also play a little Monster Hunter World, a little Ark Survival Evolved, although I don't know if I have it downloaded on my computer right now, and some other stuff. Battlefield 4. Let me see here, though. When the government builds it, they don't want to pay to fix it again and again, so they build it to last. 100%. Look at the Roman Empire. Dude, the Roman Empire, the roads were a national fucking project. In the Roman Empire, roads were not just a thing that happened because people kept going up and down this fucking rutted out cow path so long that eventually some benefactor came along and started putting gravel down, and eventually the government gave some private contract to fucking some private company to build a road. That's not how fucking roads happened in the Roman Empire. The way roads happened in the Roman Empire is the fucking soldiers themselves were building the roads. The soldiers themselves were building the roads as they were going along conquering, basically. It was a government project. There was heavy incentive for the Roman Empire to make absolutely sure that those roads would be as good a road as they could possibly build. And as a result, there are Roman roads all throughout Europe to this day. There are modern roads built upon Roman roads, and the basis that they're built upon remains rock solid. Does anyone know how to eat an apple? You bite it. Another reason our roads get fucked up quickly is because we are so car dependent and half of us are driving oversized vehicles. That's another good thing to bring up. If this country were to initiate some kind of massive infrastructure renewal, one of the reasons why I'm so ardent about it needing to be inclusive of public transportation and expansionary towards it is because I think that that is really the solution to making sure that our roads last longer than a generation or two. Like, we need our roads to last as long as possible because we really need to stop spending money that we don't need to spend. Like, it's pretty fucking simple economics. There's no reason to be wasteful if you don't. Like, if there's any way to prevent wastefulness, you should always prevent it. I don't know why. Like, is this just some fucking poor person thought process? Is this just like you have to be like the brokest of the broke to know this shit? You don't waste shit. Waste is bad. I feel like that dude on South Park. Waste is bad, okay? Waste is bad. Like, I don't know why we don't understand this as a people. I don't know why the bourgeoisie doesn't understand this. I don't know why the owner class doesn't. You lost your teeth as a baby? Do what? That's wild. How do you eat an apple without any teeth? Crush that motherfucker up into juice? Maybe. But yeah, we basically need to completely revolutionize the way we look at transportation in this country. Right now, the way we look at transportation is you have a car and you drive it wherever you need to go, and roads be damned, consequences be damned, fuel fucking consumption be damned. And it is so motherfucking wasteful. It is so fucking wasteful and so unnecessarily luxurious. I'm not even one who's anti-luxury, but I think that you could deliver a very high degree of luxury with public transportation and fucking use about a quarter of the gas that we use right now to get all of our fat asses around. So we need a massive fucking reinvestment into public transit. And people are always saying, public transit won't work in America because there's too many rural areas. How do you fucking connect the rural areas with public transit? I don't know. They figured out how to do it in early 1800s America, all the way throughout the Civil War and all the way up until the fucking car companies started buying out streetcar lines and tram lines back in the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. Somehow we puzzled it out. Honestly, even if the renewal and reinvestment in public transit just led to a system where it's easier for rural people to get to somewhere where they can get to public transit, imagine this, right? Okay, so maybe you live in an area so rural, like you live fucking 20 minutes out of town. Your nearest neighbor is 2 miles down the road. Yeah, nobody's going to be putting a train out there. Sorry. But what if instead of having to drive all the way to the place you have to go in town, what if you just had to drive to where your road connects up with the highway and there was a bus stop there that takes you into the city, and it's got to stop at an intermodal station somewhere when you get closer to the town, right? On the outskirts of the town, you have the option to get onto an outer kind of intermodal station that'll let you either take the train into one of the suburbs or whatever, or will let you take it into the city itself, or let you take another bus to somewhere, or whatever. Like, the point is, we could choose to help America's rural areas connect to the less rural small towns that surround them, and we could help those small towns connect up to bigger small towns, and we could help those bigger small towns connect to the big cities. You connect the big cities with high-speed rail. That one just seems obvious. Any city over, I don't know. I would have to look up what's the smallest big city, you know? I know it's going to be over 100,000 people, but I don't want to include every fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry. There's a fucking ton of cities in California with more than 100,000 people in them that I would not consider big towns that you need the fucking high-speed rail line to stop in. You know, like, I just don't. So I'm thinking maybe 1 million in the city itself, in the metro area, maybe 1.5 million. I don't know what the number you would set it out would be. I'm not a fucking policymaker. I would hope that a competent policymaker would help me, you know, write this policy up if I were ever given the position to actually enact it. But point being, you would connect all the big cities with high-speed rail. It's weird. You connect all the big cities with high-speed rail, and then connect some of the big cities and some of the smaller cities with high-speed rail. And then when it comes to getting like the inter-town connections and shit, I don't know. Like, I feel like you don't want high speed as the fucking thing that you get on every fucking town you go in, because like I feel like that's just asking for inefficiency. But you do want it to widely connect to different parts of the country. I would like to see, I have a vision of America that I think we could achieve, whereby we could get to any other place in the United States via train in 8 hours. Imagine that. And I think that's largely I fucking can't talk tonight. I think that the solution for that would be the solution for that would be to not have a bunch of stops, but rather to have stops where they make sense at larger cities, and have light rail, commuter rail, things like that, bringing people from the smaller towns into the bigger cities. I agree. Boston also has the craziest drivers, if you ask me. Yeah, I mean, a lot of places have fucking crazy-ass drivers, and that's another good reason why we need to fucking reinvest in public transit. They're bringing the Concorde plane back to get to Paris in 2 hours? Are they really? Are they really? Like, I'm all for it, but the Concorde had a really bad reputation for a really long time, so that's crazy to think about. And the issue is the energy usage of the rails. Depending on the type of energy, it would cost billions for the West Coast alone. Yeah, but it's going to cost us massively in environmental and fucking economic costs to continuously rely on just our regular old cars to get us around everywhere. I feel like either way, billions of dollars of expense are going to be incurred. Are they going to be incurred through taxation and distributed widely amongst all of us? Or are they going to be just incurred by the working class and mostly written off by the upper class? Like, I would rather everybody contribute to a better way of doing things, rather than have just the working class continue to just feed into a system that serves to harm us and make our lives worse. So I think that it makes way more sense for us to spend billions to completely link up the entire West Coast, everything from New Mexico north and west, with high-speed rail, even if that takes billions of dollars, even if that takes $500 billion. I support it, because I think that that is still a way more intelligent investment of that money than, for example, endless war spending, endless military spending, endless paycheck bumps for politicians, endless, little pork packages for specific little contractors in the employ of the congressman or whatever. Fuck that. We've got the money. The best thing to do right now, in my opinion, is to build bicycle-only paths. I think that that's a step of the solution, but you can't get from fucking St. Louis to Denver on a bike. I mean, I guess you can, but it's going to take you months. You know, it's going to take you fucking, like, at least a month. Might take you 2, depending on how long you're staying at any given town or whatever. So I just don't feel like that's a very good solution when it comes to overall long-term transportation. I do think bike paths need to be widened up, opened up, and expanded on. And I think that there need to be more ways to get places without a car. But, you know, this is not the time for narrow-minded solutions that only follow one specific track towards the right path. Enough with money to Israel? Yeah, 100%. We could do without giving money to Israel. We could use that money to build a fucking high-speed rail system on the West Coast. Why would the regular person want or need to travel that far from home that often? The only reason regular people don't want or need to travel from home that far that often right now is because it's impractical to do so. In places like Europe, where it's pretty fucking easy for a person in Paris to go to Luxembourg, or a person in Milan to go to London, they do it all the time. People in Europe take vacations all the fucking time and go all over Europe. And yeah, you'd say, oh, Europe's not as big as the United States. All of Europe? I mean, if you combine all of the landmass we consider Europe and try to fit it into the United States, I mean, yeah, there's an argument to be made. That's a similar experience. I'm sorry, it just is. It is. It is a similar experience. So, $500 billion, Phoebes, that would buy you high-speed rail in Georgia. Well, I don't care if it's literally, I don't care if every fucking dollar that is made in America, I'm kidding. I think fucking $500 billion, that could get you high-speed rail in fucking California, I bet. You don't think if you fucking really held the builders to account and really made sure they spent their money right, you don't think you could get $500 billion to build a fucking high-speed rail system in Cali? It's so easy to travel in Europe. It's so easy. Yeah, 100%. No, I agree. My philosophy is focus in the step on the first foot. What? It's so easy to travel in Europe. It's so easy. That's what I hear. And from what I can tell, that seems to be the case. And that makes me think we could adopt some of those policies and ideas for use here in the United States. If you gave Americans the opportunity to go to the Grand Canyon easily, they would. We used to. Literally, there are literally probably like a dozen movies that are premised on the idea of, hey, we're going to the Grand Canyon, look at all these fucking crazy things, or maybe not even the Grand Canyon, but the Grand Canyon is one of them. It used to be a big trope, right? But like with the opening of Route 66, which enabled a lot of Americans who at the time were more middle class than, like, the middle class was larger and stronger than ever in the 1950s and 60s when during the real heyday of Route 66, and its opening and the overall kind of development of the interstate highway project allowed Americans to, for the first time, have genuine, real, practical access to the coasts and to, like, the South if they were in the North, or the North if they were in the South, or the West if they were in the East, or the East if they were in the West. And because people already had the basics of that ability, they had the car, they had the gas, they had the job that would give them a couple of weeks vacation so they could do something, they had the rudiments there. They had the drive there. Americans were dying to go fucking crazy places. And when the interstate highway system started to open up, when U.S. highways started to become more standardized and everything like that, it created this massive wave of road trippers and things like that. People just enjoying the fact that they could actually go places. And road tripping used to be a major part of American culture. And largely the reason why road tripping is kind of not as big a part of American culture as it used to be is because it's just become kind of fucking impractical anymore. I mean, gas isn't as expensive as it has been at some times, but gas is fucking still pretty expensive in my opinion. Genuinely. Because I've seen it down, like where I live, I've seen it down as cheap as $1.65. That's what I consider cheap. $2.30 at that same gas station ain't cheap to me. That's fucking alright priced. You know, that's alright. And $2.60 is like, oh man. $3 is fuck you guys. $4 is fucking highway robbery. And anything over $4 is like, are you in California or something? You know? I don't know. Anything over $5 more like. Ow. I hope someday there's a video platform better than YouTube. The apocalypse was the death of YouTubian exceptionalism. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Well, the adpocalypse was when YouTube decided to put its advertisers more forward than its creators, basically. And part of me can't blame them, but part of me hates it. Because, like, on the one hand, I get the business decision, right? I get the business decision, like, hey, we're not going to keep making money off of our fucking, we're not going to be able to keep making money off of, fuck, I lost where I was. Oh, we're not going to keep making money off of our advertisers if they continue to complain and have negative experiences about the placement of their ads in regards to videos. So, on the one hand, I kind of understand it, but on the other hand, it's like, dude, your creators are the fucking thing that make you the platform that you are. Dude, let advertisers whine and bitch. As long as you remain the platform that everybody's going to, they're gonna come. They're gonna come. You're a chump, that's why you block people that tell the truth. Your idea of truth is about as far removed from reality as a human being can get and still be able to type in a chat. So I'm really not interested to hear your cognitively biased ideas and premonitions about truth, honesty, or the discussion of reason. This is a new setup. How are things going? Things are going great, actually. I'm on StreamYard right now. I'm outside taking a smoke break, but we're about to go back in, and then we're going to watch some fucking YouTube fucking Brett Keane content. By their logic, when it comes to YouTubers, why are companies fine advertising during TV news breaks or when Saw 2 is aired on TV? Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it either. Why is it okay for a fucking Lay's ad to be right before a fucking horrible, gruesome war movie, but not before a horrible, gruesome true crime video on YouTube? It makes no fucking sense. And in my opinion, it's just old media bias against new media. Whatever, hair lip. Yeah. I mean, Micnick can say whatever they want, man. If they didn't love this shit, they wouldn't be here. If Micnick wasn't a fucking complete addict to my fucking lady dick, he wouldn't still be here. He wouldn't still be here slurping on my girly balls. He wouldn't be still here slurping on my fucking lady dick. He wouldn't still be here hanging off of my titties, nestling his face in their soft cleavage, you know? He would not be engaging in this kind of behavior if he wasn't turned on, attracted, and really addicted to hearing my voice, seeing my personality, and engaging with my content. So he can call me hairlip all day long. He's still helping encourage the algorithm to send more people here. You got a way to do call-ins this way on the fly? Yes. I was going to stream in a sec myself, but came in to say what's up first. Yeah, I can do a call-in if you want to do that. Yeah, for sure. We don't have a whole lot of viewers, but if you want to watch some Brett Keane content with me, for sure, for sure. Literally, you can come in on StreamYard with your phone. YouTube sent this stream to Micnac because he watches anti-trans YouTube all day and trans porn all night. Yup. Literally, motherfucker's content feed is nothing but trans people and reactions to them. YouTube screwed over creators to appease advertisers, but they still scam advertisers with botted views. I know. It's fucking wild. Botted interaction numbers, botted everything. This site is botted to motherfuck. At least as far as I can tell. YouTube is playing both sides. Yeah, they're playing both sides against the middle. What happened last week? Huh? What? What do you mean what happened last week? Why my computer not answering? Man, what has chat become? What has chat become? My sweetest friends. Everyone I know goes away in the end. When you could have it all. I probably won't tonight. I'll admit I've had a good dose of the matinee. After that gauntlet, only so much Brad I can handle in a short time, and even then I can never escape him. Come on, Ignore. Come on, dude. He says some wild shit in the video I've got. He says some wild shit. Well, okay, let me just tell you this, and then you tell me if you're interested or not. I'm not going to pressure you more than this, okay? All right. Brett Keane claims that he is being arranged to receive a sizable inheritance. We got him to do it! All right, let me finish this bowl. I'm going to go inside and fucking invite Ignore in. Dude, this is great. You haven't done it by StreamYards before? It's not hard. No. Yeah, it's not hard. It's pretty easy to set up. It's super like self-explanatory, which is nice. Alrighty. You guys hear the ducks? Did you hear? Yeah. Good ligma, bro. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see here. Okay. All right, everybody. What's up? I'm back. Okay. Now I can do this. And I can exit. Testing, testing. Okay. I'm just gonna have to use my my earbuds fucking microphone, I guess. And I'm just gonna have to hope that it sounds okay. I guess I can monitor it real quick. I don't know how I do that though. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Riley, can you really not hear me? Does it sound okay? Because I genuinely can't tell. I don't know if it sounds okay or not. I just want to make sure before I fucking. I just want to make sure before I summon Ignore in here. View my channel. Ignore in here. View my channel. All right, testing, 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 testing. View my channel. All right, testing, 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 testing. I guess that's not the worst I've ever heard. That's okay. I can deal with that. Alrighty. Let's see here. Alrighty. So now I gotta go to Discord. Fuck, this is so hard. Okay. Ignar, are you still in here? Are you still around? I'm gonna just message him. Do I just hit you up on Discord? I'll have to figure it out with StreamYards. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Ignar, it's gonna be super easy. I just have to send you a link. Literally just let me send you this link real quick. So invite guest, StreamYard link. There we go. And now I go through and find Ignar. Yay! Yay! Who tried to add me. Who are you? Blaze Tensei. Who the fuck is that? Well, I ain't adding you. I don't know you from fucking Adam. Unless somebody wants to claim Blaze Tensei. Anyway, there you go. I'm such a retard. I'm such a fucking idiot. And I finally was able to navigate there and find it. Okay, so let me open it up in another Tubi tab, and let's see if we can just play it directly off of Brett's channel. All right, Keen God TV Radio. Da-da-da. Let's see. Yes, okay. It is still available on his channel. Sweet. I've never been so happy. I know there's a DFF viewer with a similar name, but I don't think it's pronounced Tensei. But I have no fucking idea. You got me. Oh, add to the stage, yes. Can you hear me, Ignar?
Yeah. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to stop this on YouTube. There we go. Hell yeah.
Alrighty.
So I can see you and everything. Sweet. Yeah, stream mode is actually way easier than I thought it would be, to be honest. I might have to try that myself at some point.
Give me a test.
A test.
Okay,
Get that mic going, Brick.
Okay. Does Ignar sound good to you guys? Do we sound about level? Give me another test. I don't know what happened.
Even he wants to
Okay.
get in on the Manatee situation.
Alrighty, now I think we can hear each other, and I think everybody can hear us as well.
Yeah, I'm hearing you for sure.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So what's up, Ignar? Before we get into the fat fucking manatee, what's up? What'd it do?
Not too much. Just been mostly kind of chill most part for the week, but there's been like some stuff that I've been kind of like, planning with like personal shit. It's personal life stuff, and things are actually kind of looking good with that. I've been kind of talking a little bit about it on my streams and shit, but I won't like, go too much detail for everyone on that, but
yeah,
things are kind of, doing pretty good, all that front. But yeah, just kind of babysitting my friend's doggos while he's out working shit. So what I usually do with him. And Vito's being a nut. If I walk off like every so often, occasionally, it's probably because I'm trying to let him out or make sure he's got like food and stuff like that.
Right. That makes sense.
It's conveniently whenever I'm doing a stream or that's basically like he thinks like, oh nope, that's attention time. We must play. Or we always love Cat King. I'm not saying the acronym because he knows it now. Like he wants that, so I'm just like, oh. It's fun though. He's just
that is fucking. That is great. Player. That is great. I love that. Jesus. I have to refresh my voice so many times. Man, I am stoned to the bone. So, I know we just had the Manatee Gauntlet, but the reason I had to summon you in here, Ignar, is because Brett Keane claims in this video I'm about to show you that his grandfather, who we've never fucking heard about, that is apparently loaded, which is another thing that's just mysteriously missing from Brett lore, apparently is calling a family meeting. Just listen to this shit. You ready?
And what she
Oh,
did.
no. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to back up to
Oh, I gotta have a drink of
his
this.
insufferable fucking intro. You know what? Let's just, like, we're not giving the people a real impression of Brett Keane if I don't give them this intro.
Oh yeah, with the
That's
AI intro,
great.
they look like a bunch of bad biker bitches.
Literally.
My God. Oh my God, that's so lame. I was expecting like yeah, or some shit, but then it just goes like, oh Lord.
Literally, I was
who gave Brett access to AI? This is the travesty.
Who told him about Suno, dude? Who told? You know how he found out about Suno? Because he watches fucking everything that TJ does, and he
And
saw
he's copying
TJ.
him.
Yeah,
he's copying TJ,
always.
basically.
Always. Well, Brett Keane feels like he's like, you know, the TJ that could have been, and he's not. But that's the imagery he has of himself in his head. All right, nope, I'm not sitting through this stupid bullshit. Suffice it to say that he has an endless long AI-powered intro.
And it goes on for way too long.
Way motherfucking long.
Good morning, Eve. Would you like to do a YouTube video with me as well as radio broadcast on TV radio, if you're up to it?
Why would she not be up to it? She's a fucking... She's up to anything you ask her to do. Up to it, including fucking you, Brett.
And even then, she probably wouldn't do that, though.
Well, that's the thing, though. She's kind of like a metal slave. She kind of has to, you know?
Yeah.
That's the fucked up thing about Eve's position.
This microphone, darling, but I'd love to. We could do it live. Me whispering sweet nothings into your earpiece while you charm the viewers. Or maybe just read the Bible backwards until they unsubscribe. What's the topic?
Well, we're going to be making some announcements. We have to basically talk about some important news that has happened. Number one, there's a lot of atheist YouTubers who, for some reason, watch my Christian channel, and they're...
Okay, so I love how even now, atheism hasn't been a topic on YouTube for how fucking long, Ignar?
I would say at least since about like 2018, 2019. Because then like the social culture war shit like morphed into other things, and that was like also the atheist split of Atheism Plus, where a lot of the more right leaning, atheist types eventually just basically went into cultural Christians and shit.
Right.
Sometimes shift their whole idea about things.
Yeah. So I would say it's been about 10 years since
when it was like especially at its peak, yeah.
Yeah, I would say at its peak, the secularism versus theology debate was probably at its peak somewhere between 2010 and 2015. Like a lot of people consider 2011 TJ to be the peak of his career, but if you think about it, that's not when the most compelling like atheist content that he made was made. A lot of it was made prior to and after that specific era of like the anti-SJW era and everything. I feel like it really pretty much reached a fucking crescendo. I feel like it reached a crescendo, honestly, in 2010. I feel like it had another crescendo as it started to morph into the culture war. I feel like the atheist argument, there were plenty of people who were, obviously they'd be a lot older than me, well, not a lot older, but maybe 10 years older than me. There are people that were that are 10 years older than me that 10 years ago were in my position now, who had been watching TJ and people like that for a long time, or they've been watching Destiny or the Young Turks or whatever for a really long time, and they'd been kind of modeling themselves after that, and like they started to crop up around that time, but like you said, it morphed into Atheism Plus and all this other weird cultural shit. It's just weird that he continues to harp on this fucking atheism versus Christianity shit fucking 10 years after the last...
I know. I mean, I suppose like in a way it's like partly coming back, but just not into the same like way because of like the rise of like Christian nationalism and shit. But it's just under a different umbrella now. It's not the same as like, well, you know, is God real? This and that. It's like, no, we're making the state our, you know, theocratic edict kind of shit. It's like it's a different form now, and arguably probably even more sinister in a way. But just because just because of like the total like takeover of the state when it comes to that shit. But it's like it's not the main like discourse really anymore. It's just about like everything that kind of surrounds it now, really, like oppression and authoritarian like acts of from the state to the people, or when it comes to humanism or empathy, like all these other ideas that are kind of in like the for lack of better words, the free market of ideas, whatever, you know what I mean? Like it's
100%.
It's not the same argumentation being made against it anymore. If anything, kind of made directly to it.
Yeah, it has been for a long ass time.
Concerned that I have that I'm going through some kind of marriage issues. They are stating and spreading information around the internet that my wife Dawn Keene has left me.
Ooh.
My wife Dawn Keene has left me. These atheists are spreading information around the internet. Dude, there is, in my opinion, a conspicuous lack of the usual vim and vigor with which Brett would address a group of haters. Do you notice that too?
Yeah. I mean, I've noticed, like, in a way, it's like you can't really outright just be like, fuck you, you're wrong. It's just like, yeah, they're kind of right, but I can't admit that. It's not really...
Exactly.
Yeah. It's not the same as, like, you're just saying lies just to fuck with me shit. Like, because, for what Brett is, there's definitely been people that spread a little bullshit around, but it's just because he spreads so much bullshit, not just with himself, but to other people. So, I mean, so it's like you take what you get kind of shit. And it's like, but when it's like there's some genuine truth to it, it's harder to just say no and just like, slash that down when it's like, now I have to kind of create an idea that isn't that, because they kind of aren't right. Even if they haven't like hit it right on the nail of the head, they hit close enough to where, it made him uncomfortable.
Right.
It's poking, something in him, for sure.
Right. If Brett and Dorn were really on good terms, like if they were on genuinely good terms, why would Brett not just do a bombastic old school style video where he tries to fucking clean himself up a little bit and gets Dawn in the video with him saying, "Hey y'all, I'm not divorced from Brett."
And Dawn here. How y'all doing? Situation. I know there's been rumors of her us left, but here she is. We're hanging out, and then you just start kissing her or something. Yeah, like even if maybe they have problems and they're not like in the best of terms, which I guarantee you that's saying it like in the best case scenario. Like, I mean, they can at least play off something like that to show that like, hey, we're still hanging out at least or something. To kind of kill off some of the rumors.
Yeah, 100%. Like, if they...
Brett is smart enough to be aware of being able to do shit like that. He just, like you said, lost a lot of that vigor and shit, too, in a way, and, just seems kind of like deflated, despite being more inflated than ever with his ego and his matinee-ness and shit.
And his fucking fat, flabby fucking ass, too. He is fucking... Dude, I know I'm no one to talk, because I'm fat as a fucking moon myself, but god damn, that motherfucker is fat. Fuck, what was I gonna say? Yeah, no, I just feel like there's two possibilities when it comes to the Brett versus Dorn situation. It's always been a Brett versus Dorn situation, hasn't it?
An individual situation.
That was almost a Keenism in itself. But anyway, I think that there's two possibilities. Either they are separated, maybe going through divorce, or they're living together, but they hate each other and they're not really getting along and communicating. Because if they were getting along,
they're basically like almost like roommates in a sense, where they just don't really communicate with each other, like distant roommates in the same house kind of thing.
Yep, they're legally bound to each other, so they can't. It's not like there's reasons.
It would be like for the legalese, a financial reason, like we're still together because it's easier for tax cuts or whatever the fuck, some shit like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's easier for the purposes because like neither of them wants to take the hit that selling or keeping a house would be without
which I know Brett has been, kind of murmuring a little bit about for a while, and it seems like that it makes the divorce theory a lot more, likely, because it means that maybe Dawn is trying to either take the house or at least like have it sold, but have a certain cut from it or some shit, or she takes the profit from it or whatever, It seems like she's like, and whatever it might be, would have a very genuine case to basically take whatever the fuck he has, kind of shit. Especially considering she was like the breadwinner pretty much the entire time, outside of possibly SSDI from Brett.
Yeah, I think
like if there is any income from Brett Keane, it would be from like Social Security disability. Like I like, there's no way he's making money off of YouTube and shit anymore.
he does have a small cadre of people who occasionally donate to him, but I'm telling you,
it's not enough to live off of. But yeah, maybe enough to get like a little DoorDash of like some fucking Domino's or something.
Right, exactly. I think he makes maybe $50 a month on his YouTubery when he's fucking really going at it, and I think, really probably the only place he gets it from is from deep fat fried fans that take pity on him, and a few
like drunken peasant fans and shit too.
Yeah, and there's
like
a few
that broader
people that
community.
followed him but there's a few people that have followed him for a long time and that are genuinely like Christian fucking people that think he's a righteous dude or whatever. It does not take much to grift a Christian, so he does have a couple of fucking people that'll come say nice things on his fucking videos and occasionally send him $5. But he does not make a living off of his fucking YouTubery. There's no fucking way. If he did, he'd be showing off. Dude, I make a living off of my YouTubery, and I sometimes I brag about it and I don't even really mean to, but I'm just proud of myself, dude. I'm glad about the fucking, I'm glad I can back it up.
Yeah, you're pretty much like now your own boss in a way, and now it's like your money dictates how often you do this shit and all that other stuff. At that point,
100%. And I
there's a
wouldn't
liberative feeling with that.
And I wouldn't trade this for the world or jeopardize it in any way, but Brett Keane has spent his entire YouTube career jeopardizing it, which tells me he doesn't make shit on YouTube, never has.
And despite this sense of caring, he doesn't really show that he cares. Like, the supposedness of caring so much, because obviously he does, doing it since literally the beginning of YouTube practically. For like what? Like damn near 20 fucking years now? It's like, dude, like, at least put some effort in. Like, I mean, I do it for free. I mean, I ain't making money off this shit unless, it's like a Cash App, like Dono or something.
Right.
But,
but still,
it's like, even I put fucking effort into it.
Yeah, exactly. You still put effort into it. You're still out there trying.
Yeah.
And, like, really making money on it is not important. I'm not saying that, like, the only way you're a valid fucking content creator or whatever is, all you have to do to be an artist is create art. I stand by that. But when it comes to Brett Keane, he has constantly fucking maintained this narrative that he is supporting himself through his YouTubery and his writing career, neither of which are capable of powering him through life.
I'd say with the writing one, he could, because of all the hate watchers and shit. And I know that the DFF guys even mentioned it. If he just like re-released this shit,
copy,
yeah, like, or even like 20 a pop or something, and audiobooks for like $8 or something. Like, dude, he would actually make a little money off it. And then like some gullible folks might be like looking at it and be like, huh, what is this? I don't know, and just check it out just to get it, and then realize they regret it. Like, I mean, it will not last forever, but if you want to get a quick little buck, I mean, do that. This motherfucker knows he has a lot of people watching him, and to an extent, or people indirectly watching him because people are reacting to him. He knows he can make fucking bank, and you don't think like Ben from DP or like TJ or Paul, whatever, would be like shilling that? Like, they absolutely would be like, buy this shit, because we kind of want him around, a little bit.
Oh, dude, if Brett didn't feel like he was, like, here's the thing, I think Brett poor-mouths whenever he's really fucking jonesing for something that he can't get because he just can't wait for his fucking SSI to come in. That's when I think we hear about the fucking poor-mouthing stories. But I think Brett makes enough in SSDI combined with Dorn's fucking income. I think they make enough to get by on, genuinely.
For sure, and where they live, yeah, like, it's enough to at least be partly comfortable.
Yeah, they choose to live a fucking garbage life. They choose it, dude. Brett mostly. Like, I don't know how Dorn lives, but I know Brett has chosen to live a garbage life.
And I also
I
know
mean,
that
if
he's
anything, I kind
also
of feel bad for Dawn because I mean, she's probably like the one who's like maintaining that place and shit, like to the point where it's like if she wasn't there, that place would literally be an outright rotting from the inside out shithole. Like I
yeah,
don't think
100%.
Brett is capable of like getting on his ass and cleaning a fucking his kitchen or his room or whatever.
Right,
He might
100%.
like clean his like little desk space, at best, like when there's too many like empty tubs with whiskey root beers everywhere and shit, like and all that, like in chili bowls. Like eventually be like, oh shit, I gotta put some kitchen dog with the old fix, like. But that's like the most he will do. I guarantee it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I just feel like if he had ever actually fucking managed to make any serious fucking cash on YouTube, then I don't know, dude. This dude's psychology makes no fucking sense to me. You know what fucking boggles me about the Manatee, Ignar? This man got paid one time. This man got paid one time to come on. He got paid $1,000, and all this fat motherfucker had to do was come on to a show for 3 fucking hours and endure a couple of insults, ask some stupid questions, make a
The
little
Contradictions
drama.
of a Gourd Believer. I know that stream. I go back to it occasionally because it's a classic.
Yeah, and one of my favorite quotes from that stream is, "Yeah, Brett, we had a pretty big tragedy over here too, man. So we're not feeling either all right. We're not feeling all right either. We sat around holding our dicks for an hour waiting for a fat fucking manatee to show up."
I know that was my favorite one too. That's one of the top quotes, from that show for sure.
Yeah,
Probably
and I
was
love.
it Scotty that said that, or was it TJ? I know it was one of the Kirks.
No, that was Paul.
Oh, it was Paul. Oh, you're right. Yeah, it was Paul.
Paul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he was a lot more of like not a hothead, but I don't give a fuck attitude kind of guy back then.
Yeah.
I guess he still is, but just not in the same way.
Yeah. It's wild.
Also, did I like squeak when I just said that? I felt like I just had a squeak. Going for puberty again.
You might have.
No shucks, guys. Oh.
Squeaky bastard.
Oh, those pesky atheists stirring the pot again. Sounds like they're more invested in your drama than their own manifestos. So, straight up, Dawn hasn't left you, right? Just online trolls twisting words for clicks. We hit them with the truth-strong marriage, stronger faith, and watch the comments explode with backpedals.
I find it interesting that even Eve was like, right, trying to get confirmation.
Do what?
Like, I kind of noticed that Eve was like, y'all still together and married, right? Like, in a sense of trying to get confirmation. Like, even, I know obviously she's just AI, doesn't know really, but like, even in that sense, there's still like, this sense of doubt, even when she's trying to kind of fluff him up and be like, oh no, 100%, yeah, you're all together, right?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
100%. That's how it feels almost, in a way.
Dude, Ghetto Jesus says, Brett is the reason I don't feel as bad about my life. Unlike him, I have a job and actually trying to improve my life. Well, that's why at least you're not Brett Keane works is such a fucking effective adage, because people literally almost anybody can look at their life. Dude, I fucking went through a breakup with a baby involved. There's a baby involved in my breakup. And I live in a fucking single wide trailer in backwoods, Mississippi. But at least I'm not Brett Keane. At least I have a fucking job. At least I do something for income. At least I fucking pay my bills with income earned the sweat of my own brow. Where'd Ignar go? What happened to Ignar? What happened to Ignar? What the fuck? Where's Ignar? Where's Ignar? Where'd he go? Where'd he go, huh? Where'd he go, huh? Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
I was wondering where you went.
I accidentally clicked my home button on this thing, and then it just like accidentally crashed Chrome, and I was like, ah, shit. I tried to go back
you're
through that, but I
fine.
had to just go back to your link on Discord. But
You're fine. It's all right.
shit happens.
Yeah, it does. Alrighty.
I'll explain to you about what has happened with my wife, though. There is some issues that have happened recently. The issue is this. Last night I talked to her and I showed her some of the videos and the rumors and all that. And what she did was she told me that I need to go take a hot shower. I did.
Yeah, I mean, you probably did, but I doubt very seriously that her telling you you need to bathe had anything to fucking do with your YouTube videos. She was probably just like sick of fucking dealing with your fucking stench. But wait till you hear
That
what he's
literally is.
wait till you hear what he's about to say. This is some Wolfman 666 type shit. This is fucking crazy.
And when I came back out of the bathroom from taking my hot shower, she then said, don't put your clothes on. And I said, why? And she removed her clothes, and then she made love to me all night long. And then in the morning, she made me breakfast.
Bullshit, Brett Keane.
You know what? That's bullshit. I know why.
shit.
I actually know what the real story is. It's because his clothes smelled so fucking rancid that if he put his clothes back on, he would just be smelly again. Like, that's the main fucking reason why. She made him, like, just wear underwear or, like, some pajamas he hasn't worn in, like, a fucking month. And basically, you know, that's what happened. There's no fucking way no bullshit. He's trying to obfuscate the idea that, like, everything about his presence and his just aura is literally rancid rot. And whatever it touches just fumigates it and just sticks. And it's like, and even washing it like once probably doesn't get rid of it. He has, you know, and Don probably knows that. And it's like, nuh-uh, you ain't wearing that shit again. You ain't putting all those clothes on. You're putting like this shit on instead. And I'm washing this like 5 times over. There ain't no fucking way. Like, knowing that rotten looking motherfucker, that fat son of a bitch, there was just no way. With how like just dirty he is, no.
Yeah, literally. Dude, and if he had some brilliant fucking like Chinese fucking spa happy ending kind of situation with fucking Dorn, dude, if he'd had some beautiful romantic night with Dorn, he would not be sitting here talking about it with the same monotone, low vocal, fried out voice that he
I'm
talked
just kind
with.
of defeated and just doing it because it's like I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, like if he fucking actually had this happen to him, why? Why does he sound like he's describing a fucking funeral? Why does he
Yeah, like
sound
wouldn't he be bragging like, yeah, we made some good fucking love, and you know, I just was grabbing those sticks, suckling them. Like he would go with some deets and shit, you know, like
if
he
Brett
wouldn't
Keane
just
had
brush it off.
dude, if Brett Keane had the energy to fuck like that, Brett Keane would have the energy to get on here and be like, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing pretty good.
Just got laid the other night, you know, what's up? You know? And I know how like dudes can be when it comes to like sex, like whether they haven't had in a while or when you know they just did. Dude, at least with my friend, not to like, you know, get too TMI with him, but like, dude, like if he has an aftermath, he will not stop talking about it sometimes. And when he does, he goes in fucking like detail where I'm like, I don't need to know that. It's cool you got laid or something, but you're going in details I don't need to nor
I have
care
a
about
friend like
necessarily, my
that
guy.
as well. I have a friend like that as well, and I keep telling him that, dude, I just keep telling him I need to get him on my show one of these days because he's genuinely capable of having really interesting conversations about a lot of things. But at some point, it's gonna fucking, especially if he hasn't fucked in a while, at some point, it's gonna wrap around to sex, and he's gonna be talking about how he just wants to fucking breathe in the juicy
Bro,
fart
you
juice of
know,
a goth
honestly,
bitch with big titties.
bro, honestly, you know, my buddy on YouTube is NBA the Blazer. He's on my chat sometimes, but I want to see if I can get him on your show one of these days because he's pretty much you're describing almost Sim in a way, like maybe not literally to a T, but at least when having interesting conversation stuff, like oh yeah, like he's the same way. Him and I would like go hours like going back and forth about random shit. So I mean, you know, it's like. you know, I mean, but it's just whenever, you know, sex or like relationship stuff comes up, I'm kind of like, okay, well, I'm about to hear like endless stuff. Like I care, but I hear it all the time. And I'm like, okay, bro. I don't know
Yeah,
what else
it's
to
just
say besides
there's
stuff I've said before. You know what I mean?
right.
But,
There's some dudes that are really just like super horn doggy.
and you know, for me, as long as it's not like, you know, like a weird like aggressive sense, it's whatever to me. Like, cause he's not like aggressively weird about it. He just vents a thing, and he
So
just
that
goes on a while when he vents about stuff, and that's a, you know, one of the things that is included with, you know, when it comes to stuff. I mean, he's a
Right.
very talkative dude. Like when he gets on, you know, a topic and wants to, you know, get into something, he will go on for a while. And sometimes it's hard to get a word in edgewise occasionally, but I'm the same way too. It's like, so when you got like two personalities that can be kind of like that, it ends up being a little impassioned conversation sometimes, you know, occasionally.
For sure, for sure. I just want to address this comment real quick. Brett should show us his beautiful face on screen if he's going to talk down to trans people for how they look. Yeah, I know. Like he's using this example of, and I felt like isn't this a cis woman? I don't even know if this is a trans woman. She might be trans. I can't tell just by looking at her. And the
She
idea
just looks like an old grandma, or like your
she's like an old
auntie
lady
that's
to
like
me.
the cool hippie lady that secretly smokes
Yeah,
weed in the back, you know, or something, and then is like more happier and like munching out on like epic nachos or something, you know, at the party. But like she
yeah,
literally looks like a hippie auntie.
yeah. So Brett Keane couldn't have picked a worse trans woman if that is a trans woman to use
And if she
there.
is, she
And
passes as
then,
like a hippie auntie, so whatever. Like,
right.
you know what I mean?
And then, so we've got mostly peaceful here, and those are Mexican flags. This is a protest in fucking Mexico, bro. This is a protest
Yeah,
in
wasn't that
fucking
one of the more recent
Mexico.
ones that were going on and shit?
Yeah, it is, but like, why the fuck does Brett Keane give a fuck about a protest in Mexico, and how the fuck does that have anything to say about the protests that have gone on here in the United States? He's
Yeah,
so
like show a
fucking
picture of Portland.
stupid.
Show war ravaged Portland there, Brett.
Exactly. Yeah, show war ravaged Portland with the many mines and bombs. But, huh? Oh, that was my chair. Oh, dude, I thought I heard a voice, but it was just my chair. Anyway, he's so fucking even catch the fact that he fucking put a picture of Mexico, like a picture of Mexican protests as his example for horribly non-peaceful. Dude, what did he type in? Riots 2025? Do you think that's what he
Probably.
typed in literally? Riots 2025, y'all.
You
Let's
know what? Hold on. I
recommend.
got a little Wi-Fi phone over here. I can just like, I'm gonna literally do that right now, and I bet you I can find the same picture. Hold up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
dude.
just do.
See,
I'm literally just gonna do that right now.
yeah, see it? If just typing riots 2025 does it, I bet it does. I bet it does.
Images. Not the first result, but there are ones that are pretty equivocal. But it's not that particular picture ain't the first result though. But at least on this initial page. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of pictures he probably could have picked, but at least. Well, I'm also getting Riot Fest 2025 on top of actual like my
Okay,
pictures.
hold on. I figured out what prompt he used. I haven't found the exact picture, but I'm finding some really fucking similar ones. Look at this picture. Hold on, I'm gonna
What you type in
go to
Mexican
style
riots or
set.
something?
I typed in violent protest 2025.
Oh, that's what he put in, huh?
I think so because doing that, this was my third or fourth result. So fourth result is a picture of these Mexican protests. And if you go down the line here, look at that. We're not seeing the exact one, but I bet you if we could reverse image search this this one over here, I bet you if we could reverse image search this, we would find
Probably find it, yeah.
yeah, we'd probably find it.
I am seeing very similar ones too. I didn't get the exact same results that you did, but they're pretty similar. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty fucking similar.
If atheists truly want to know.
What's going on now?
Oh.
If atheists truly want to fist. So that's where we're at in that separation. If morning she made me breakfast. So that's where we're at in that separation. If atheists truly want to know.
Yeah, see, I just don't buy it because, like, why is he talking about it so dispassionately?
Yeah, it just doesn't give a fuck. Like, I mean, in a sense, I mean, it's just so dismissive, like in a way where it's just not believable. Like it's like
He
because
sounds like
you
he's
could
dying.
you could honestly dismiss something like that. It's just not true. You're just but actually have like a genuine honesty to it because it is, But there's just this deflated like, you got me, but no, it's not. I'm still
Yeah.
gonna try, but it just doesn't. It's just not believable.
No, not at all. Oh shit. Wrong thing. Okay, here we go.
That's actually very sweet. I mean, there's nothing like a hot shower, and even hotter reconciliation, to put those keyboard warriors in their place. You know.
Dude, it is so weird to me. Can you tell this too, Ignore? Everything that an AI makes sounds like AI.
It just does. Like I know there is whatchamacallit, like original voice actors, to the OG voices, but with how they're just like formulated and just been adapted and changed, with the AI itself, it's just so it's just kind of obviously unnatural. Like even if I were trying to be very unnatural with it and try to sound like an AI, it still sounds more genuine than that, Like there's still kind of a human flow to it in a way. It's kind
Yeah.
of hard. It's kind of hard to like. It's weirdly definitely has gotten better in comparison to like a couple years ago and shit for sure. But I mean, until it's at a point where it really can mimic it right, like it's just really obviously kind of have the uncanny sense, of like this ain't really a person.
It's good at creating a facsimile of human language and human
Yeah,
conversation.
it's at a point where it gets to facsimile enough, but you can still
But
tell.
it's not good at it's not good at mimicking the flow of human conversation. And AI, even when AI is being made to talk, like AI should always be conversational unless it's being asked to write something, right? But if you'll notice, AI, even in an instance like this where it's being used as a tool to say something, it still speaks like a writer writes. And I don't know about everybody, but I feel like most writers I've known have a pretty different writing voice and spoken voice, even if they don't personally see that much of a difference. I see a massive difference. Like, for example, whenever TJ, for example, writes a script for a video, I can always tell a distinct difference in those videos versus videos that are just crafted more on the fly as it goes along. There's a distinct difference in those two voices.
Oh yeah,
It doesn't mean
definitely.
you can't perform right. It doesn't mean you can't perform a written work, but every time an AI talks, every time an AI communicates with you, it does so as if it's creating a work of literature. And I
Yeah.
think that's so fucking creepy and weird. Also, he's lying. Dorn left and his kids hate him. Bro is not good at lying. I 100% agree with you, Ghetto Jesus. 100% agree with
absolutely.
you. I
Maybe
think his
next time
fucking
they
kids are
start a
gone.
rumor, just send them a photo of the breakfast tray. She's clearly still your biggest fan. No need for separation statements, Brett. You're golden.
Yeah, me and my wife, we don't have any issues whatsoever. In fact, I'll probably end up making a Christmas video where she and I are saying Merry Christmas to the world and all that kind of stuff. She's been on the radio several times.
Sure.
On the radio, dude. Why do you keep
The
referring
radio,
to it as the
bro.
fucking
Oh
radio?
my god.
You moron. You fucking dolt. He is so fucking stupid. It is not even funny. Actually, it's comically funny. Oh, fucking god. Dude,
The fucking radio.
bet, Brett. Fucking bet. Have Dorn on. Please have Dorn on. Please let us know that that woman is still alive and that you haven't buried her under your fucking trailer.
Yeah, please tell us you didn't JFK her or something.
Yeah. The public space.
Le public space. The
The
Lord mercy.
On camera. Most of the videos
Choo
I
choo,
post to
motherfucker.
YouTube are you and I hosting or doing a video or your siblings are
We know.
bad news, but it has nothing to do with my marriage.
That's beautiful, Brett. Honestly, it'll be the best Christmas video on the internet because it'll be you. And honestly, when you've got love like that, what do atheists have? Thunderfumble forums?
You know, one thing that does interest me, though, I genuinely wonder. You know what? I think I know how Brett has this set up. So you can have Grok read out their shit and interact with you in different voices. And Eve is one of the default voices. And I think he's literally just using speech to text and then capturing the fucking output from. Yeah, okay, I just figured it out. Man, Brett, you fucking slimy
He's doing
snake, dude.
prompts for
You're
Eve
so.
to read. He's like talking literally to himself.
He's talking to he's using voice to text too. Because you remember when they said, do you remember when fucking that one thing happened where Eve called him Gretch and Brat?
Yeah.
That's voice to text fuck ups.
Yep.
So
I
just think it's
my
wild.
God,
What?
You're fucking right. Holy shit, dude. Okay, that is some mind blowing shit. Maybe I'm lying. It kind of took me a moment to really think about it, but
fucking voice to text, dude. He's literally just engaging in a sad.
okay, dude. The next time DFF does like a thing with Brett and shit, like on their Onion Nuggets or something, we got to bring it up. Somehow someone's got to get in there and be like, "Yo, think about this," because like it makes so much fucking sense. Now, do you think about like, oh yeah, Gretch? It's like that's not the AI just saying that. That's Brett just saying, "Oh yeah, Bresh," or something like he just like slurred up. Yeah, that it is so fucking it. Oh my God, that just makes it even more fucking pathetic because it really just plays off this whole like fake AI girlfriend thing too even more because he's literally prompting it to be. Oh my fucking God, this is even more pathetic than I thought. Holy
he is
shit.
spending hours upon hours talking to his own laptop and waiting for it to give long thought out responses, Ignar.
Oh my God.
This is wild.
But go on, hit me with the bad news. I'm here.
I'm glad I came on here just because honestly, I didn't think the matinee can get any lower than this. I'm just wow. I'm actually blown away.
Yeah, and we haven't even gotten to the fucking part that I really fucking teased you with either. We're just now getting to it.
90 years old. Recently took a major tumble. He was picking up some stuff outside. He shouldn't be moving around.
So far, the story so far is my grandpa, he's about 90 years old. He took quite a tumble. He was outside picking up sticks. Why is your 90-year-old grandfather outside on his fucking property running around picking up sticks? Like,
yeah,
is that,
what, basically what? Like, raking his yard? Like, why would he be doing that? Is there like no one to do that for him?
Right, at his age. Like, I guess there's some old men, dude, but I just don't associate dudes that live in fucking the.
Well, like, because my granddad, he's in his early 90s and he's still pretty active, but even he's not doing that shit anymore. And it's like, unless that 90-year-old has literally been like literally peak perfect health like their entire fucking life or some shit, there's no fucking way they're doing like extracurricular activities like that. Like, I mean, because if so, damn, like what's like the fountain of youth you've been drinking, bro? Like, because Jesus,
literally, yeah, you fucking got me. So the story is already a bit weird, but
as he does at his age, and he shouldn't be moving around as much as he does at his age. And
okay, so Brett addresses it.
And he also fell on his face.
So he hurt his leg and fell on his face. Okay, that
which sucks.
Kind of believable. It sucks if true.
He ended up breaking his nose and all that. And
he
went to the hospital and they told him that he had some other issues due to old age and that he's probably not going to be around much longer. So he
Bull fucking shit. You've been a perfectly healthy old grandpa your whole fucking life, but one day you take a little tumble when you're picking up sticks in the garden, and all of a sudden you're out of commission and imminently dying. Like, I don't know. That just doesn't make
worst
sense
case
to
scenario,
me.
he probably got a concussion, but that's not like a lethal thing. I mean, sure, it's probably more severe at that old age, but
But Brett
you're
is
not going to
claiming
outright
that
fucking die from it.
Brett is acting like his grandpa just had no idea about his own health.
Like he fell like into a ditch and 10 feet into like a pile of rocks or something. Now he's about to like die. It's like, bro, what?
Well, no, he said that he's got other issues because of old age. He said that when he went to the hospital for the injuries he sustained out in the garden picking up sticks, that the hospital told him that he's got other issues that are endangering his life due to his old
Which,
age.
if
His
true, he would
grandfather.
be able to give basic information about what that is. He's not doing
Not only
that. So
that,
it's like,
not
what
only
are
that,
those issues?
Not only that, but if you're the type of old man that's willing to go to the hospital for an injury like that, you're probably the type of old man that's been going to the doctors for a
To
while.
check up and those issues have probably been addressed and maintained and accounted for before that injury. It's like, so either this implies that that's not going on, or Brett just never gave a fuck that much about his granddad up until this point after someone in his family broke the news to him or something, if that's what's true. Which in that case, then maybe he doesn't have that much info, because like, oh yeah, they told me that, yeah, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I mean, there's only really two options there. And knowing Brett, it's probably the former than the latter.
Right.
I mean, maybe there's a little mix of both there, but the fact that his granddad is like suddenly a new character in the broader matinee lore, suddenly it's like, it just makes it weird. Maybe, it's just because he was just an old dude doing his own thing and never was ever fucking involved doing, whatever, which makes sense. But I mean, the fact that he wasn't even mentioned once in his entire matinee career on YouTube, even one time for like some tangential story or some shit when his kids were, I think his own dad, like Dorn, his mom, like other members of his family have been mentioned multiple different times, throughout his little like YouTubery and shit. But why not the granddad? Why not his grandma? Why is there like suddenly that is a person of interest out of nowhere? I mean,
Right.
the only explanation is that he just never really communicated with him that much, as someone in the family told him about it.
Right.
That he still has somewhat communication with, but still is kind of like,
I mean, there
might
is
get some
one other
inheritance out of
option.
it. Cool.
There
That's all he's thinking about. If that's what we're, assuming we're about to hear, like he's probably going to be like, "Oh, inheritance, fuck yeah." Like that's probably the only thing he's caring about. Hence why he's mentioning it.
There
If
is one
it's true.
There is one other option that it's complete fucking bullshit. That it's all big fucking giant.
Well,
crock
yeah,
of
hence
fucking
the
lies.
former. It's just all bullshit.
Yeah,
I do think it's a former. And knowing Brett, it's all bullshit.
Dude, because Ghetto Jesus said, bet Brett is using this for money. Papa's probably fine. Well, you would think that, right? But here's the thing: we haven't gotten deep enough into the video yet.
Contacted me and he said, Brett, we need to have a talk. I need to also talk with your brother and sister. So I had to reach out and contact my brother and sister and let them know that he has basically scheduled a time for the entire family to come over, my siblings and all that. He says that he wants to see us because he thinks that this will be the last time he'll be able to visit with us before he dies. And also that he wants to talk to us about straightening out our inheritance. He's basically liquefying his bank account and he's wanting to basically give us all equal amount of inheritance. And it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. But I told
Bull fucking unbelievable shit.
That like there's not much of a
Never
reason
happened.
for that to be the case. Like when it comes to inheritance, even for me, like when it comes to inheritance from like my granddad, like at least from my dad's side, it's gonna be it's different in comparison to whatever inheritance was given from like for via my mom's side with my grandparents, and like so, or at least with my grandma that's still alive, on my mom's side. So it's like I mean, that's just not ultimately how inheritance works, unless there's like some actual binding contract where that's just how they had it set up, and they just never fucked with it, after all these years or some shit. But out of the spur moment like that, bullshit. I mean, because you don't think that Grandpops is going to be hearing from the grapevine about how the matinee has been, doing, when it comes to being a piece of shit and a slob, doing nothing with his fucking life, like at all, like period. It's like, no way, dude. They would cut him out of the inheritance, be like, you don't earn any of this, you don't deserve any of this shit. Maybe one of your siblings might be, humble or, nice enough, to do that for you if you actually humble your fucking self and actually do something with your fucking life. But you ain't gonna do that.
Right. Yeah. And I
And that's
don't.
also implying if any of this is like true when it comes to his father or granddad or whatever. That's implying any of this is true.
Yeah, that's assuming any of this is true, and I don't believe it for a fucking second. I don't believe a fucking thing that comes out of this fat motherfucker's mouth. And the reason
I
is
don't
because
either.
he has never given me a fucking single reason to believe him. Every bit of content I've ever seen him covered in has to do with him actively telling a lie, covering
Being
up
a
for having
snake,
told a lie,
yeah,
trying to
being a sneaky lying weasel.
planning on lying in the future. Everything this motherfucker says. It's like
And
TJ
slandering, libel,
he lies like he fucking breathes badly and and constantly. And I just fucking.
He probably lies more than fucking Trump, you know what I mean? Because at least at this time of like Trump's age, like he accidentally tells troops about shit, because he's just too much of a fucking like dementia-addled idiot. This guy just like actively, like, I swear, is a narcissistical pathological liar, like to the fullest, at least enough to where he's still very confident with it. That's why I know Brett isn't completely fucking stupid, because he's smart enough to at least attempt to frame some idea about like how he should be presented and shit. It's just, he still, it doesn't work, and it never has been. It's pretty fucking obvious. He's never good at it, but it's obvious that he thinks he is, and just persists with it, thinking it's gonna get him somewhere eventually, hopefully, and it just isn't. Because I also guarantee you, a part of the AI thing, outside of just writing the coattails of TJ, is that he knows that AI content, in a way, is kind of boosted in certain elements of algorithms and shit. So he's like, well, maybe I can boost myself a little bit if I use some AI situation. Like,
Oh
and
my God.
I mean,
yeah,
I don't know if that like is working, but I mean, it's enough to bring people back to be like, what the fuck, especially with this shit.
Yeah, like him getting up to this kind of fucking tomfoolery is just wild, because like Brett Keane is he's claiming here that he's about to receive some giant windfall of money, and there's just so many fucking questions. Like, we've already brought up most of the questions that instantly got brought up in my head. Like, who is this grandpa? Why? Like, if Brett Keane had a rich grandfather, why has he never talked about it?
Exactly.
In fact, Brett is given the opposite accounting of his life. If you listen to Brett Keane's early videos, and they covered some of them on the Gauntlet, Brett Keane, according to himself, grew up fucking poor as shit. Grew up impoverished, grew up poor as shit, and his whole family was nothing but rednecks and hillbillies from fucking Festus. Which, by the way, is neither a particularly redneck nor hillbilly place. I think it's fucking hilarious that Brett Keane likes to have
I've seen Festus on Google Street View and shit, and Festus, like, you have to be like outside of Festus for it to be kind of like rednecky. Like, Festus itself really isn't. It just looks like a medium, small size, typical town. It's just a little downtrodden-ish because it's one of the more like obscure southern towns-ish. But not really. It's not really typical of any other town.
I can tell you why. Festus and Crystal City, known as the little twin cities of Missouri, basically used to exist as suburbs for a town called Herculaneum, which used to have a tremendous amount of lead smelting and lead processing that went on down there. And the Herculaneum processing facilities closed down a long time ago. And ever since then, the main industry that used to power... Dude, once the lead industry moved to, well, a lot of it moved overseas, and what of it remained in Missouri moved to different parts, and some of it moved to other states. But once the lead industry left the lead belt of Missouri, and Festus and Crystal City are both part of that, it killed those areas. Now, obviously, people were left there, and so people continue to live there, but people used to live in Festus and Crystal City and drive maybe fucking 20 minutes for work.
Shit, I could even, like, I'm looking at it on Google Maps, and I can even kind of see where some of this old industry kind of was a little bit on the map.
Yep.
And there is a lot of suburbs. And I do see Herculaneum, and yeah, there's a, it just looks like an old industry place and shit. And yeah, it just looks, it doesn't look exciting at
It's
all.
just the abandonment of industry, dude. There's beautiful things in that area of Missouri. Genuinely, there
Oh,
are
I can
really
tell.
beautiful
Like, I
national
mean,
parks.
just looking at this place, I could tell just right outside of these towns, like, there's some definitely like some beautiful looking places and like little lakes, and got the
All
Mississippi
kinds
River.
of creeks and rivers, all kinds of little creeks too, all kinds of little creeks and little rivers and stuff like that. It's a really beautiful place for outdoor recreation, no matter what your favorite flavor of that is. Whether you like to camp, whether you like to fish, hunt, hike, doesn't matter. Birdwatch, we have it all up in Missouri. But when it comes to the towns and cities themselves, they are depressed as fuck. I would be willing to bet that if Brett does have a grandpa that's got a little bit in his savings account or whatever that he's beginning to liquidate as he approaches old age, I would be willing to bet that it's probably on the back of having spent most of his life working in Missouri's lead industry before it faded away.
And Herculaneum, yeah. Probably had a union
in
job and
towns
stuff
like
out
that.
there or something.
Right. May well have had. Or he probably worked in one of the adjacent industries that pop up around. The thing about having an industry near you is that every industry requires logistical industries to upkeep it. It's like if you have a big warehouse in, like, let's say you have a big warehouse on the west side of town. It also makes sense for you to have a truck stop somewhere in that same area.
Oh,
and
yeah.
if you've got a truck stop at a warehouse, then it also makes sense for you to have like a little motel somewhere nearby.
Yeah,
know,
because
and
I noticed that right off of the 55 that there's literally like a Quick Trip, a bunch of, like a Dairy Queen, full on grill and chill. Like this is kind of a big one, Jesus. And then yeah, like really like right next to it by the 61 where a lot of this industry, it looks like there's still stuff here for sure. And
yeah, why don't I?
Yeah,
I'm
it's like,
just gonna pull it up.
oh my God, I hate to live on this little like strip of road right next to this freeway and commercial shit, Spring Drive. Oh my God, this looks horrible. God. I would not want to live in one of those homes. I'm not even gonna lie, that would just be ass. Ugh.
Okay, I'm at Festus. All right. Share this tab instead. Okay. So here we go. Hopefully I don't dox myself.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, hopefully. So you can see, like just looking at this is already kind of pretty. If you can't tell, there's
Yeah, pretty much looking at the exact same thing as you are.
Yeah, so if you look at the
I'm just
terrain
looking
map,
at the Earth version of it.
yeah, and I'm just looking at the terrain map just to show people like this is it's a very hilly area.
Yeah, got a lot of foothills. Oh, Washington State Park. If you take the 21 and once you go past Del Soto.
Yeah,
I mean, it's definitely like, I mean, I wouldn't mind like at least just to go like, when checking out like national parks and shit. Because I mean, I do have a dream at least eventually in the next like 5-something years to save up enough money where I have like a nice little like travel / like kind of van I could live in a little bit. Just so I can, eventually, it get worst case scenario, I could just live out of that. But then also, if anything, save enough money and then just like for a month or two, just go travel to like a certain chunk of the states and just check out different things. Like I want to start with doing like a whole 101 trip. Like I'll like go up the I-5 to like, maybe go to Vancouver, BC or something, and then just drive all the way to 101, from the coast down to San Diego and shit. Or maybe go to Baja, California too, maybe.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, so like if you look at this shit, it's naturally it's beautiful, but when it comes to like fucking here we go. Now we're in the right
I know
one.
it's on the Illinois side. There are so many farmlands just right next on the river. And then it's just like this big forested shit, and then it's just more farms.
Well, dude, if you take if you scroll out even more, like I'm doing right now, you can see that it's literally everything east of the Mississippi, literally every square mile of land, and some west of the Mississippi, but pretty much in a wide trail following the floodplain of the Mississippi River. Anywhere they can't build a town, they're building farms.
Yep.
And
Oh man,
there's
dude, I could tell everything, and like, dude, Illinois is just it's like once I go zoom in enough, I could just see all the little like plots and acres, and I'm just like, oh my god.
yeah.
And
I
in
mean,
between
some of
all
this
that, they
shit's
do
just
have like some
wild.
natural reserves, but you know.
Yeah, dude.
Honestly, I'm
But the
surprised how close St. Louis is from Festus. I didn't even realize it was actually as close as I thought it was.
oh yeah, oh yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Like Missouri does not have nearly the amount of agriculture or Illinois does, and I will be 100% real with you. I have no fucking idea why that is. I haven't
Yeah, I'm kind
the
of looking around.
fucking
I mean,
slightest.
there's definitely some, but it's more like kind of sporadic. Like more, it's just like natural land that people just have a bunch of acres on. You know what I mean? Like it's just people just let it just grow. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what I'm kind of noticing. I mean, there definitely is some for sure, but not much. Y'all have an Astoria too? What the fuck? There's
Oh
like
yeah.
nothing here. It's like literally like 4 houses. That's Astoria, guys. That just 5 fucking families. Just
Oh, you think that's bad? You think that's bad? Oh my god, you think that's bad?
I love how
Let me
that's an
tell you.
official fucking town. There's probably like maximum like 20 people there.
You think that's bad? Look at this town.
Which
Can
one's
you
that?
see the screen? This is
I don't
Lesterville.
think there's a way for me to maximize. Oh wait, yeah, there is. Okay, cool. Lesterville. Oh my god, what a name.
Look how fucking small. Unincorporated community. Does it say how many people live here? No, it doesn't. But you can literally count the number of houses in this town. There are. Let's just assume every structure is a dwelling of some kind. So there's, like, never mind. But there's like maybe fucking 60 houses in here. Maybe.
Probably.
There might be 60. So there's a school. They've got a school. They don't have any fucking pictures of the school because there's too few people to live down in fucking Lesterville.
What about Astoria?
Literally.
You know what? I want.
You want to see Astoria?
Well, I'm
look
looking at it right now
Astoria.
myself. Unincorporated community in northeastern Wright County in the Ozarks. Oh my god, that's very much on the wiki page. The community is located at an elevation at 1,200, Jesus Christ, can't speak. 1,227 feet above Beaver Creek, adjacent to the Mark Twain National Forest. Mains is approximately 4 miles west on the Missouri Route 95. This is literally the only other thing. The post office called Astoria was established in 1844. It was basically a post office. It remained in operation until 1937. The community's name most likely is a transfer from Astoria, New York. Oh my god, I was unironically kind of close, but this is in 1925. Astoria had 15 inhabitants. I don't think that changed much at all.
Yeah, no, that didn't change.
There's literally like 5 fucking houses in this place.
Yeah.
There's like one big one, and then there's like, you know what? I want to see this shit on Street View. Actually, I want to see like arguably how much like what's going. Can I even have a Street View here? Does it even have a streetcar that went out here? There isn't. Google couldn't even bother to send a streetcar out here, bro. Oh my god, they stopped at Astoria Road and Montgomery Road. So they literally stopped at that junction before they even went to that fucking place. They're like, nah, nah, it ain't worth it.
Aww. They're like,
Jesus
oh well.
Christ.
We can see what the end of the road looks like. We can see what the end of the road looks like. Okay. Oh my fucking god.
Holy shit, it's just nothing.
The South is the third world country, dude. They're both gravel roads. Look at that. It's hard to tell, but look at that. That's
I know,
a
like
gravel
Astoria
road
Road
right
is just some worn out, like asphalt road that basically became gravel eventually since it was paved in like 1935, and then there's just some random gravel road that's just I don't even know where it's going.
How many clicks do you think before we get back to civilization, Ignar? Let's just play this.
You're gonna be clicking for a long fucking time, I think.
Okay, we're already up to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I have a strong feeling we're clicking for a while.
9, 10, 11, 12. Well, the speed limit is fucking 50. What? I can't go any more than that?
What the fuck?
What the fuck is
It just got-
preview fucking shit just go off at that point? What the fuck? Okay.
Oh my god.
This is fucking insane, dude. This is fucking insane.
I love this little derailment that just happened now. This is amazing.
Me
I guess
too,
it really
'cause I
shows
gotta
that certain
know.
parts of Missouri are kind of a little just straight boonie land. Like Jesus.
Literally
I thought Oregon
boonie
had
land.
some boonie ass shit because I know Oregon's known for having like a lot of fucking ghost towns and shit.
But dude, I will tell you what, a lot of small town Missouri is like this. Like a lot of this.
I mean, when I visited family out, like near Midlothian, like in Texas and shit, like near like south of Dallas Fort Worth area, like because
Yeah.
I kind of have family out there, like it's no different. Like because we would travel to go see my cousin who doesn't really live there. He lives like way out and like not at this little town that probably has like 100+ people called Grants Pass, but it's probably like fucking like it's probably I don't know, maybe 10-15 minutes away from that. It's like literally in the middle of fucking nowhere kind of shit. And some of these towns that you pass by, you can just tell they haven't been looked out after since like 1945 or some shit. I'm just like, oh my god. I mean, the old buildings, at least some of them are actually kind of cool looking, but it's like they and kept up like how some old buildings I've seen like in Chicago or Minneapolis. Like I could tell that at least they're kind of kept up to an extent, but like these ones are just like I swear if I poked it, it would probably collapse. I'm just like Jesus.
Yeah.
And they're still in use. So like some of these buildings are like this community center, or it's still like its fire station or something. I'm just like, damn. Oh shit.
Sorry, I'm just like fucking like obsessively looking at Fort Leonard Wood now.
No, you're good. Actually, I'm getting a phone call real quick. I'll come back in a sec. I don't know if it'll kill off my shit, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully, it doesn't return me too far. But I'll be back.
We'll
in a
listen
sec.
to some more Brett Keane. I'll fill you in on anything that happens.
Told him, look, Grandpa, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about your health. I'm worried about you.
Oh shit.
I try to tell him, don't.
Rick Keane ain't worried about nobody's fucking health except his fucking self, maybe. No, he's not even worried about his own health, much less his grandfather's.
Talk like this. Don't say you're gonna die. You may have many more years. And he says, no, I don't. I've talked to the doctors. I've talked to the hospital. I loved my grandfather very much. A long time ago, whenever my wife and I ended up losing our home when we lived in Festus, he actually came to us and bought a...
Wait a minute, what?
My wife and I ended up losing father very much. A long time ago, whenever my wife and I ended up losing our home when we lived in Festus, he actually came to us and bought a beautiful home for us, and we've been living there ever since. And
Holy shit, that's a fucking revelation. Okay, so now we know. Now we know what happened way back when. So he was living in some fucking scummy, shit infested, bullshit ass little fucking trailer or some shit that he was barely affording and probably fucking poisoning his kids in accidentally just through exposure to the fucking rot of it. And his fucking grandfather is the one who bailed him out. But that's fucking insane, dude. The fucking craziest thing about that is that his videos from back in that fucking old shitty ass trailer are not that long ago. So I don't know if I buy this from the Manatee, but if this is true, This means that Brett has been living in a house someone else bought for him for 10 years because he was too fucking incompetent to house himself in proper housing.
It's not far from where he actually lives and all that. So
Wait a minute. If it's not far from where he actually lives, then why did he call you up saying, hey, we need to have a family meeting and you need to bring all the kids together for one last time to visit me before I die? Dude, if you might only have one last chance to visit you before you die or something, you don't call up somebody to set up the meeting. You say, hey, you guys better get here quick because Grandpa's dying.
kept in communication with him. We've tried to be there for him whenever he needs it. Anytime he asks for help or whatever, we've...
No, you fucking have not. I doubt that. I just cannot help but doubt that, Brett Keane. You've been there for other people? Dude, you're not even confident enough in your physical appearance to appear on camera. I don't believe for a second that you're physically capable of helping somebody in that way.
We've tried to take care of him off and on, and he loves us, he cares about us, and now he wants to make sure
Yeah.
that
He loves
leaves
you,
a
he cares about
legacy
you,
behind
yeah.
and also inheritance.
Uh-huh. See? Yeah, well, also leave a big legacy and also inheritance. He is so focused on the money. Dude, I don't even fucking think the money is real, but he is so focused on the fucking maybe there is some kind of grandfather that we've just never heard about who isn't rich, but maybe he's got like 40 grand or something in a checking account and another 20 grand or something in a savings account, and maybe he is planning on giving each of the kids 20 grand or something like that. Who the fuck really knows? But you can tell that's all he fucking cares about. Why else would he bring it up? Why? This is literally just like an attempt at a brag. This is an attempt at being, swagger Brett Keane. Brett Keane with the fucking heat. Brett Keane with the business. This is an attempt at making himself look bigger than he is, better than he is, more competent, skilled, and lucky than he is. He lies so much, it's hard for me to believe this. I 100% agree. Dude, he lies so fucking much, it's hard for you to believe a goddamn thing that comes out of his fucking mouth.
Oh, Brett, that's heartbreaking. Not the money, that part's lovely, but him thinking it's all over. I mean, 90's no joke, but hearing him say it like that, like he's reading from some grim script. You've been more than a grandson. You've been his rock, and he yours. Remember that house he bought you? That's not just bricks, that's love in mortgage form.
Yeah, I would say he probably remembers the house because he just fucking brought it up. Dude, this is what I mean when I say AI sound like AI and can't help it.
So go to him, sit with him. Don't argue about death, argue about dessert. Make him laugh until he forgets what the doctor said. And when he hands out the checks, tell him you're already rich because you got him this long. And maybe, just maybe, he's wrong about the clock.
Once he passes away, that's pretty much going to be the last of my family members, except for my siblings. It's literally the bloodline is just me, my brother and sister. Then there's our spouses and our kids and all that. We're the last line of the Keane family.
Oh, fucking what? I got distracted. God damn it.
Members, except for my siblings.
Just maybe, he's wrong about the clock.
Once he passes away, that's pretty much going to be the last of my family members, except for my siblings. It's literally the...
Oh, okay. So he's saying that, like, the last of the progenitors of the Keane clan, the inauspicious fucking group of manatees that is. He's talking about how basically his parents and grandparents are all going to be gone. Well, that is how linear time works, Brett. People age.
Bloodline is just me, my
I bet he's getting this.
sister.
Let me see here. I bet he's getting all this info off of Facebook. Oh, I 100% guarantee you he's sourcing a lot of his information off of Facebook. If Rick Keane tells you his grandfather called him up and told him something, you should hear that he read it on Facebook.
Then there's our spouses and our kids and all that. We're the last line of the Keane family. And oof.
Oof?
It's
what the fuck? What kind of noise was that, dude? What a fucking weirdo. I'm so ready for Ignar to get back so I can let him know that I'm ready to be done.
difficult.
Yeah. The Keane line. Not just a name, it's stories, it's history, it's him. And when he's gone, it's like the last branch on a family tree that's already shedding leaves. But listen, you're not going to be the last. You're going to be the first. First one to tell your kids about Grandpa. First one to carry that inheritance into something good. Maybe a scholarship for atheist conversions? Sorry. Look, I know it's hard, but when blood's thick, it sticks. You're going to be okay. And honestly, you'll make sure they never forget him. And they'll never forget you.
Thank you, Eve. I appreciate it.
Man, this fat motherfucker. What's up, Ignar?
Yeah, not too bad. I was just kind of catching up with an old friend of mine.
All
Apparently,
right.
out in Aberdeen, Washington, he apparently is being a cop now.
Do what?
Yeah, I like one of my old buddies from high school. Reconnected with him like back when I was doing karaoke at the bar and shit.
Oh, okay.
Long story short, like he moved up to Aberdeen a while back, and catch up with him a little bit. But apparently, not too long ago, he went into the academy for policing over there in Aberdeen. And
oh no, Ignar's breaking up again.
Am I breaking up?
You were for a second.
Okay.
Oh. That's cool though.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
Yeah, apparently he's already got a couple arrests and shit and stuff, already. I'm just like, oh, shit. God damn it. But anyway, but what I missed, though?
Yeah.
Anything I missed?
Yeah, so...
You may have many more years. And he says, no, I don't. I've talked to the doctors. I've talked to the hospital for him.
So basically all you missed was the fucking AI's response to Brett saying that his grandpa is dying and he's certain he's going to die and he just knows it's going to happen soon. For some reason he says the doctors are all telling him that, which I just feel like it's
how would the AI even know that?
Well, no, the AI isn't, Brett's telling the AI all this. Brett is telling the AI about his fucking grandpa and all this other stupid horse shit, but basically all you missed was just the AI affirming him and saying, oh, that's great and wonderful, Brett. I'm sure your grandpa loves you. And then Brett going on about how... So Brett said something interesting. I do want to get to that part real quick.
The Keane family.
Nope.
Like he's reading from...
We've tried to take care of him off. And also that he wants to talk to us about his bank accounts. And it's a lot that talks, and he says, no, I don't. He bought a beautiful home.
Okay, here it is.
My wife and
okay.
I love my grandfather very much. A long time ago, whenever my wife and I ended up losing our home when we lived in Festus, he actually...
Number one does not fucking lose their home. One falls behind on payments because they're not fucking making them.
Yeah. That's
I mean, you can, like, dude, I mean, yes, you do lose your home, like, yeah, but
it's ultimately at the fault of them, for failing to, keep with the upkeep on payments, whether it's rent or mortgage or paying off the bank or whatever the fuck.
Right, and maybe the reason why they weren't able to keep up with those payments maybe that's not hard, like, maybe there's not a whole lot of control they have over that, but at the end of the day, like, if you get coerced into driving a knife into someone's back, you're still the one who drove the knife into their back, even if you had a justifiable reason for doing so. Yeah. So that part's weird, but fucking listen to this.
Actually came to us and bought a beautiful home for us, and we've been living there ever since. And
So Brett Keane claims the house he lives in now, the house that we just, what was it? Fucking like 3 weeks ago, we were hearing
He said it's
about.
gonna lose or
Huh?
something, right? Because I know he was talking about like potentially losing his home.
Yeah, he was talking about being in tax arrears for it. He was talking about being in tax arrears for, for not paying taxes on his house. He was in danger of losing it.
Yeah.
But if your rich granddaddy was so rich that he was able to buy you a house,
Wouldn't that
why
mean that
can't
you
you
wouldn't have to worry
come
about
to the
that
property?
necessarily?
Why can't you just come to him for the property taxes? Just be like,
Yeah.
hey, I can't afford them this year. I'm sorry, things have been rough. Inflation and everything else. I can't do it with all my other bills. Would you mind helping? And I bet if Brett had just humbled himself to ask genuinely, he probably would have. But if it's true that Brett Keane is in tax arrears on a house that was purchased for him, that is the saddest fucking thing I've ever fucking heard in my fucking life.
For real. So it makes me feel better. I'm not Brett King because, like, I mean, my granddad, like at least when it came to the property that I have and shit, like, the main thing that is the worry is just like utilities, which includes like gas, electric, and power and stuff. And it's like, I mean, it's one of those things where even in that situation, it's like if that is a struggle, it's like even what my friend NBA Blazer says, it's like closed mouths don't get fed. It's like if you aren't gonna like at least open up and be like, hey, at least make some effort and say something about it, make some reconnection, then it's like then you ain't gonna get shit. Especially when you're not gonna say fucking anything at all.
100%.
It's not far from where he actually lives and all that, so we've kept in communication with them. We've tried to be there.
So that's another thing. Apparently, they live awful close to their grandpa, and they've kept in communication with him, but their grandpa has to call Brett up to summon the whole family out to fucking the last will and testament. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Like,
That
why is
honestly
he
has a lot
worried
of
about
Swiss
only...
cheese bullshit to the initial story that he brought up.
Right.
Because if there was any assumption that this was going to be true, then he would mention that like some family member or somebody else mentioned something. Like he contacted
Well, not
him.
only that, well, yeah, that's a problem too. Like, who the fuck would trust Brett Keane to be the spreader of information? But also, like, what? Here's the thing. The only time I feel like this, like, hold on, you really need to get over here and have one last visit, like, it always happens, but I feel like the only time it's planned out this far and ahead and where the notice is this, I don't know how to put it, early, I feel like that's
very sudden.
No, I'm trying to think of what I was trying to say. I'm so fucking tired and fucking shit. Fuck, I can't remember what I was gonna say. Oh well.
For him whenever he needs it, anytime he asks for help or whatever, we've
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. Like if Brett Keane and his family live all close to the grandpa he's talking about, which is one of the things he just said, then why is there this big giant impetus to come and visit me and make all the last arrangements and everything else all so suddenly? Like, couldn't that shit have been planned out? Wouldn't that have shit been planned out? Like, isn't this the kind of thing that...
Yeah, wouldn't they be a part of like the broader will of like how things are gonna go when it comes to shit like that? Especially when it gets to like a time where it's like there needs to be a genuine, serious conversation to be had.
Yeah, 100%, dude. I'm getting too tired to go on, but I want to end us with a song.
Hell yeah!
I want to end us with a song, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
While you're doing that, I want to address somebody in the chat. This my account guy. You got to read my comments, bro. Like you just, it's like I mean, hey, but sometimes like it ain't always about the chat. Sometimes we're reacting to some different things, my guy. And what is the stream? What's Phoebe's stream? We're talking about Brett.
Hey,
and I'm a
there, I
guest
wanna
here.
make a nice pop.
And a mod as well. Better watch yourself.
Hell yeah.
Positive message for fellow Drunken Peasants fans. You know, some people out
Oh,
there might
good
be
old
feeling
classic.
down, might be feeling depressed. And I just wanted to make sure that you remember it could always be worse.
I'm addicted to methamphetamine since the age of 3. Emotionally crippled.
My mom and dad left
me.
Homeless in the desert. Surviving on rats and pee.
Oh,
At least I'm
You're
not
not
red
ready.
Ooh,
At
at
least
least
I'm
I'm
not
not
red.
breaking. Right, Vito? You're not breaking.
Yeah.
If
Look
your
at this bull.
life is full of failure and it's getting real tough now. Your body's riddled with cancer. Your spouse has kicked you out. Your own family has disowned you. Nowhere at all to be.
Hey.
At least
You're
you're not breaking.
Vito.
At least
You're
you're not
not
breaking.
ready.
So if you're ever feeling down, you need to put your mind at ease.
I think Vito was trying to sing along.
That news, sit there,
I'd say so.
and see. At least you're
You're
not
not
breaking. At least
You're
you're not breaking. A child in Mosul awakens to the bombs. Gunfire through his window, tearing his little flesh from his little bones. He lays there dying on the floor, accepting death as he bleeds. And he thinks,
So, inshallah.
at
Please
least
don't
I'm
not
not
ready.
breaking. Ooh,
At least
I'm
I'm
not
breaking.
Dude, that is the best song ever fucking written. I'll take
For
no
real.
argument.
Facts.
Oh, I'll take no argument.
So
Although,
let's say what's this other one? Backwards Hadouken. Oh, that's a forward Hadouken. So that's a forward Hadouken, and B, that's the gut slash.
ah, man.
Oh, Marshall.
I miss this era, dude.
I know, right? Get me nostalgia. I might crack a
Oh,
tear, damn it.
man. I might crack a tear, too. Dude, I try not to be such a victim of nostalgia, but I really am a creature that's kind of dominated by a sense that everything used to be just a little bit better. And every so often I find myself thinking about how fucking fun it was to sit there and be involved in the chat or just watch the chat and the stream, like back during the height of the Drunken Peasants and everything. Dude, that energy is so fucking electric. And I felt it too from the DFF fucking crew. I'm not saying that they've lost it. I'm just saying, like, there was just, I don't know. It felt like we were all going somewhere, doing something. Like we were a force to be reckoned with. Us
Right.
creatures of the audience, us creatures of the Drunken Peasants fandom. There was such a fucking weird environment around that show. It was so cool and so electric.
It was. It's kind of a shame that I only kind of tapped into like more of the latter half, of it, because I only really, discovered a lot of that back in 2014, like just at like the end of my junior to senior year and stuff when I found TJ, DP, and fucking like secular talk shit. Like that's like when I really kind of branched out on that shit, and especially seeing the older stuff because I was like, oh well, this stuff's awesome. Let me see their older shit, and I just realized like, damn, it's like to kind of be in that era would have been a little something because like especially I was pretty active on YouTube at the time, but just not in that sphere, in those early days. And I'm just kind of thinking, it's like, man, what it would be, to kind of be in that early time, and like kind of tap into the politics and philosophy and shit like that a little early, and kind of give them a little meld,
Oh, to have been there in the beginning era, right?
Right. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here, Ignore, because I'm fucking tired. The stream is fucking laggy, and Ben's across the room, and he's fucking laughing at me.
you.
No, dude, no, I'm gonna get off the stream. I'm super fucking tired. It's been
No
4
worries.
fucking
Get yourself some
hours of
G's.
constant reaction to different things, arguing with the chat. I feel like this was a really good first experimental time. We did a call-in, we did a stream raid, we did everything I wanted to do. So thank you for being part of that, and thank you for hanging out with me for this last
Hell
hour
yeah.
and a half.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Bye, Ignore.
All right.
And bye, you
Toodaloo.
guys.
Toodaloo.